But if you choose the good breath when she fucks you, she does that thing where she gets on top and she does that grindy thing where it only feels good to her. Like you don't really, you're like, all right, I guess we can roll with this for a little bit.
And here we go.
You want to be like? Sensitivity equals fucking poverty.
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Check it out, homie.
Everyone, welcome to episode 169 of Insensitive Culture. I'm back, baby.
So what?
You know who my guy on the other end
And that
is?
fool Blazer, Ramon.
On the other end is... And we are...
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Make sure you check it out, homie.
That'll never change, baby.
You're
Trio's back.
Nice.
And for those of you who were clapping and rejoicing thinking that I wouldn't come back. Ha ha.
Yeah, right. They were all like, when the fuck is Watt getting back? These two guys are dragging.
I think they might have started that like, what the fuck is going on right now? Like, why is this starting like this? And then you guys got into a nice groove not too long after. It was a good episode.
Like
good episode.
This is low key hating.
I keep giving y'all shit. About it. I'm not undervaluing like what you do. I'm just trying to make I'm trying to make it seem like I do more than I actually do. All right. Okay. Give me that.
I got mad
guys?
DMs giving us props. They're like, "Yo, you finally dropped Walk. Good looking out." They're stoked about it.
I feel you. And to those people, I give them a nice, kind. Go fuck yourself.
There you go.
And I'm back.
That's what I told
baby.
them. That's what I told them. I was like, "What y'all talking about? You just gone for a week. It's wild."
Yeah. We said it. One of our avid listeners reached out to me. He was like, "Yo, I was gonna give you shit." And be like, yo, the show's better without you, but I'm not even gonna lie, man. I missed you this past week.
That's fair. Man. We missed you too.
I do, however, want to at least have one follow-up fix from last week's episode. It was pointed out to me that I said that a broken clock is wrong twice a day. That is not the turn of phrase. Even a broken clock is right twice a day.
Who called you out? Because I heard that. I think I probably made a face. I didn't say anything, so I didn't want to be a dick.
Oh man.
No, it's just a listener.
Yeah, it's funny.
The unnamed anonymous wants to be co-host listener.
Oh man.
But yes, that's at least one follow-up from last week that I'm going to try to keep tabs of all my screw-ups. And I guess you guys, if you ever screw up too, and, follow up the following episode and let people know how terrible we are at our jobs.
Y'all out there, if y'all hear something that we were incorrect about, we said wrong or something like that,
call me out.
Yo, hit the Insensitive Culture IG page in the DMs. I'll write it down. And
slide
we will,
right in.
Yeah, we'll correct ourselves. All right, we'll even give you a shout out for fact checking and correcting for us, because Lord knows we're not fact checking enough. All right,
no. Barely listening to it while I'm at it.
I'll tell you this. If you all come together and start promoting our pod and get your friends to listen and get us up there to the point where this becomes our full-time job. Absolutely. We'll be fact checking. We'll be doing all the things that we need to do to make sure that we have a top tier podcast, which we already do.
I might just
even though we all have lives.
It's Keith Master, that son of a bitch. I knew it.
Him too.
He's not the one that reached out. But,
he's not? Okay.
But I'm just saying.
He's a long-time listener.
Keith Master, long-time listener.
Yeah, just fact check us, homie.
He'll check us out. He'll fact check us out.
Big facts. Anything? Y'all guys do anything crazy within the last week or so? I guess 2 weeks for me.
I was gonna say it's been a minute. I can't even think what I had for dinner yesterday. I I never remember shit.
Oh man, yo, I mean, I think y'all talked about it, but that whole the smog thing was crazy. The fires and shit coming down there. I was sending y'all pictures while I was, because that's why I couldn't make it. I was out of town, and
The Last
I didn't
of
want
Us?
to deal with. Yeah, I didn't want to deal with hotel internet and all that crazy shit. But yeah, that was wild. Like I was at work and I went on my lunch break and it's just like cloudy. I'm like, yo, this doesn't feel right. And this was before it was like all over the place. Like everybody was talking about it. We get to the diner. We're sitting in the diner. It's like constantly looking like it's gonna rain, but no, like nothing is. And I was hitting y'all up too. I'm like, yo, it's crazy over here. Like it's crazy smog, and y'all are like, I don't know.
No, it was coming down from Quebec though, so that was all on the East Coast. So there was none of that over here. I mean, our fires, I'm sure they'll start up within the next month or two. But yeah, nothing here yet.
But that was before like it made like where everyone was talking about it, because everyone on the East Coast was talking about it.
Yeah,
it hadn't hit New York.
As soon as
it hadn't hit
New York
Rochester.
City, it was all over the place.
It hadn't hit Rochester. I was in Norwich, and it was crazy. I'm like, and then I started looking at the air quality. It got like almost to 300 in Norwich, and y'all were like, yeah, I don't know what the hell you're like, what you're talking about. I'm like, yo, it smells like a fire over here. Blah blah blah. The very next day, it's when everybody that I knew was talking about it. I was like, oh, that shit already happened for me. So.
Should have been tweeting about it and shit.
Word.
Right.
But yeah, that shit got wild. I heard that shit in New York got like damn near to 400, if not past 400.
Yeah, it was like a 360 something. I thought the highest I saw it go, but it looked like post-apocalyptic for sure. I mean, there was all the pictures.
I saw Rochester get up to over 300 the day before, and then the next day, that's when it really smacked New York.
All right, man. Since y'all ain't have anything crazy, and that's about as crazy as it got, other than me watching Across the Spiderverse twice, but
just my little sus trips that I took this weekend. I had a little sus weekend.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah.
Watched The Little Mermaid and went to see Ed Sheeran.
Oh my gosh!
I saw like on Twitter, like there was pictures of Ed Sheeran. Was that concert like crazy packed? Where was it? Like it looked like there was a fuck ton of people. They all had their phone lights on and shit. Like it looked dope. Like just
it was fully sold out.
100,000 people. Like it looked insane.
It was I believe it was 80,000 2 nights in a row.
Whew, that's a lot. I don't think I've ever been any place where there was 80,000 people before. That's a fuck ton of people.
The Ed Sheeran thing, I was like, you know, it's music. Like I let you slide for that, but you going to watch The Little Mermaid, rather than Across the Spider-Verse, it was like if you would have saw Across the Spider-Verse first and then saw The Little Mermaid, I'd have no problem with that. But you just like, yeah, we're gonna watch The Little Mermaid, and no, you didn't take your daughter.
His lady. It was a date with his lady.
That's what you wanted
you
to
can't
watch?
say no. You can't say no to the lady.
To
All right, I guess.
I thought about it while I was there, so it was a daytime.
Put up a fight
while the nanny was with the baby. I thought about like, man, maybe we could do like a double, like a
double matinee,
a twofer as I used to call them back in the day, right? You slide in for Little Mermaid and stick around for Little Across the Spider-Verse, but I couldn't make it happen. I had to get back home.
Bro, these nowadays, man, all these movies are 2 hours plus, bro. Like a twofer for me is like
that's the whole day.
I don't know. Yeah, that's a long time, bro. I have kids, man, and the nowadays the
even Little Mermaid was long. It was over.
That's
2 hours.
what I'm saying.
Damn,
it was over 2 hours. I want to say both of them were. And then it's like
Spider-Verse was
half an hour now of trailers.
Oh yeah, easy. I told you guys when I went to go see Quantumania, I was late, and then like something I was running late to get there.
You missed an exit,
and then I missed the exit on the highway because I was using freaking autopilot, and it skipped the exit, and then it was like a long ass way to get back around. So I was already going to be late to get there. And so I was pretty much I had come to the acceptance that I was just gonna miss the first few minutes of the movie, and I get there, and this bitch
Nicole
Kidman
right?
was still walking across the screen when I walked in, and I swear I was 30 minutes late to the movie.
That's accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I account for 30 minutes of trailers.
I was thinking like 20, somewhere 18 to 20 minutes or so.
Nah,
30
half
minutes,
hour, bro.
Yeah.
I was
drag that
that's
shit out.
bananas. And, I watched the Dolby. So even after Nicole Kidman does her thing, so they do the AMC don't ruin the movie, all that shit. Then Nicole Kidman comes out and says her, lights magic thing. And then they do how they do it at IMAX? They have their own thing in Dolby Cinema where it's like, previously, this was black in the movies, but now this is what black looks like. And then they have this whole 2-minute long thing about how Dolby Cinemas is so awesome. It's just like you're easily 35 minutes in before you actually sit and watch the flick.
Bro, I go to Cinemark, right? We know that. Yeah. Lately I've been seeing this thing called what is it? Cinemark XD. Have you heard anything about that?
Yes.
So what is that? Because I'm still not sure.
I think that's the fourth dimension, the 4D stuff. Where not I shouldn't say fourth dimension, but I think that's the 4D where it's like shit sprays you and shit like that. But let me just double check because
no, because they're like the way that they made it seem, right? Because it's the same thing, right? I go into the theater and it explains
large format.
Yeah, it explains it like it's on a larger screen, like you see more of the video or of the movie than you would in a normal theater, kind of like what you're talking about with the Dolby and all that. But it was just I don't know. I hadn't heard anything about it, but they've been promoting it in the regular Cinemark theater.
Yeah, I would say now that I'm looking at this, it's basically a competitor to Dolby Cinema.
Okay.
So it's an 11.1 multi-channel surround system, 4K projectors, 35 trillion colors, and the screens are 70 feet wide.
Okay.
It's all THX certified. So yeah, I would say it's probably a competitor to the Dolby Cinemark's version.
Well, then I mean, I don't see anything labeled like where we have it here locally.
Okay.
So it made me wonder, like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
Because we don't have it. But it's like I saw again, and I can talk about it a little bit more later. But I saw Across the Spiderverse twice, and that's when I saw that they were promoting that before the movie. But I like when I bought the tickets or anything like that, like it doesn't say anything about Cinemark XD. Like there's nothing that indicates like, hey, this is a different showing,
right?
From what you normally purchase your ticket for. So I was just curious about that. See if you heard about it. But it sounds dope. It sounds like I hope that we start getting the upgrades and shit for shit like that.
Right. Let's see where.
Because our AMCs, our AMCs suck. We have one here, and that shit is trash.
Well, they don't have one at all in all of New York State.
No? See, then why the fuck are they telling us about it?
They're trying to promote it. I'm sure it will eventually expand.
It'll roll out, too. Yeah, it'll roll out.
It's like all over Texas and California.
Nice.
Ohio. Florida. There's a lot of states that have it. There is some in New Jersey, so maybe
it's getting closer.
Maybe I'll take a trip to New Jersey. Pennsylvania. Yeah, there's some in Pennsylvania.
Slovenia.
just to see if it's worth or if it's
if it's
actually comparable.
If it's comparable, that's the right word. It sounds like it is. It's very comparable to what the Dolby thing does. Because I love the Dolby, but I will also say that one of the things that I like about Dolby, in addition, I mean, obviously the quality is great, overhead sound and all that stuff.
Sure.
But I also like that the chairs, they lean, but they don't go as far back as a normal theater. Because when I seen Little Mermaid, it was in a regular AMC theater, and it had like their standard reclined seats or whatever, and it's almost you lay that shit in the ultimate reclined position, and you're almost like laying down, and it's much easier to fall asleep in those. The Dolby lays back and leans back, but it's more like just a lean versus like a full almost lay flat. And also they have these like the wall in front of you is almost like every row has a full wall in front of you, and the wall is pretty much blocks anyone beneath you. So you basically don't feel like anyone else is in the theater except the people in your row.
Yeah.
So I often, when I go to the Dolby theater, I will sit a row closer than what I usually sit in a regular theater or an IMAX.
See,
I'll
that's what
sit
we have
closer because I feel like the screen is bigger and it's just for me.
Yeah, that's what we have in our Cinemark here, where it's like blocked out same way. It's
okay.
Like, yeah,
so you get a full wall blocking the row.
Yeah, I can't see the people in front of me or behind me, that's why I say that the AMC here sucks, because it's reclining seats, but it's not stadium seating like that.
Right. No. Yeah.
So
the AMC is, last time I went there, the AMC in Webster, basically all they did is take an old ass Lowe's theater.
Yeah.
And just swapped out the seats for reclining seats, right?
Yeah.
Like
pretty
they never
much,
put no stadium, no walls, no nothing. It's just the recliners.
That's why I'm hoping that, the Cinemark XD makes that difference for us.
Yeah.
But
they got to step it up.
Word.
I'm sure they will.
I mean, we've already broken the ice, but still, let's go through our normal format and get some questions in, baby.
Question.
All right, fellas. First question. So this comes from Tony Baker, stand-up comedian, internet, social media presence. He has a podcast that I saw.
Funny dude.
And yeah, he does the animal voiceovers. You might have seen a lot of those. That was sort of what blew him up at first. So which sort of a which would you rather? A beautiful woman who you're with, but she perpetually has rank breath, just terrible breath, or same, you're with a chick who's just always bad sex. You're never busting that good nut. So you got that funk breath or bad sex. And you
bad breath, bad sex.
What was it?
Bad breath or bad sex?
Bad breath or bad sex. You got it. Lesser of two evils. Which would you encounter less frequently, I guess? It's tough. Wow, you look like you're thinking hard. What you got?
It's not that I'm thinking hard. I mean, yeah, but I've been with someone who has bad sex.
Okay. But never bad breath?
But never bad breath. I mean, we've all been there, right? Like early in the morning sometimes.
That doesn't count.
Like,
you're just waking up.
But what I'm saying is like that would be all day.
Sure. Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
whether she just brushed her teeth or not, mouthwash doesn't matter. Breath.
Rank ass breath. Just halitosis.
Rank ass breath.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to deal with the stank ass breath, bro. I wouldn't want to, but just bad sex, bro. It would become what it is like either way, it's
just the 1920s.
You're right. Big facts.
1820s.
I mean, what it is right is you if you have bomb ass sex, right? It's like resetting itself every day. It's just like, oh, I don't know if I could deal with this. And then you have some bomb ass sex and you're just like, fuck, All right, yeah, I can deal with that.
Then y'all are snuggling after the bomb-ass sex, and that breath hits you right in the face, just
Nah,
like hot
son.
garbage.
See, that's why you snuggle and you keep them close to your chest. You gotta like just bring them down a little bit. You know what I mean?
So you would make do. You would get used to the stank breath eventually, right?
I would
Just
have
like
to, yeah,
any
bro.
smell.
But because just bad sex is just horrible. Like there's you would never want to have sex because the shit is just horrible. Sex is more than just, sticking your dick inside of somebody, right? There's like a thing where you gotta,
There's a
both of you.
there.
There's a connection. There's like she has to move in certain ways. You move in certain like if you're in sync, like that
It's
shit
like
makes
dancing.
it great.
It's like a dance.
Right, but if somebody's just like laying there and they just like don't know what to do, you can't really instruct them, or you instruct them and they're not really, they can't grasp the concept, and that's just
And
man.
when you're fucking, and I don't know if this is just me, you don't really smell breath. Like even if you're having like crazy morning sex, like,
You're not worried about it.
No, it's not something that even crosses your, like when you're in that sex zone and you're getting it on, it's like everything is blocked out. So whether it's funky morning breath or whatever it happens to be, it doesn't matter, at least until the sex is done. But like when you're in that zone, when you're in that focus, the breath could be whatever. Like,
if I know that she's brushing her teeth every day, like there's nothing, like it's not like she has like green teeth or anything like that, like plaque buildups or nothing like that. Like if she's clean, there's just a smell there. I can get past that. And if her pussy don't stink, we're Gucci. We're Gucci. No, yeah. Because that shit right there is just like
odor free.
yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna have to go with the good sex on that.
What about stanky pussy or good sex? And this is just for you.
What the fuck?
We're just out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. No, we're not adding stipulations just for me.
All right, that's fair. Never mind.
Oh man,
I
Johnny.
don't know.
It's not as clear cut for you.
It's not as clear cut for me. Only because there's 1,000 times more interaction with stank breath than bad sex.
Yeah, you will come across it more for sure.
I just, I'm going to have way more conversations.
She's gonna
get close.
Fuck
She's smelling the whip up with her funk breath.
Yeah.
Y'all trying to go to dinner and you lose your appetite because her breath is so stank.
Yeah. And
that's crazy though. That's like,
I mean, it was, I was a teenager, high school, I'm pretty sure. But I did break up with a girl over stank breath. For sure.
How was the sex?
Were you smashing?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's why.
So yeah,
no sex
but
and
it
the
was
breath was
definitely
stank.
like
break
we
up.
were necking all the time.
So
and
she
it
leaves
was
the stank
bad.
breath on your neck.
Yeah, it was.
So that's worse.
It was terrible. That's why I couldn't do it. Every time I tried to make out with this chick,
Like Johnny, you smell.
I could just smell the cheese breath, and I was like,
if you would have gotten your dick wet, you would have bypassed all of that and thought
Probably.
like, I can deal with this
but I
for a
was in
little bit
high
longer
school,
because
so, yeah, if I would have got my dick wet,
She was letting you hit.
it would have. Anything would have.
It would have canceled. It would have canceled it out.
Anything could have happened, and she would have passed. Bad sex sucks, but it never said if you have bad breath, you have bomb sex. It
did
just
not.
said
No, it could just be
so
mediocre
you
sex,
could just have mediocre sex and still have bad breath.
Right.
In which case, I don't know that it it balances out there. Fuck. I might have to go with the bad sex. Just to be different. I'm gonna go with the
just
bad
to be
sex.
just to be the devil's advocate there.
Sure. Because I'm sure I could figure it
He
out.
could make it good sex for
I
himself.
can make it good
you can
sex
teach
for
it?
me.
But it's not.
Bro.
That's part of the thing. You can try as hard as you want. It's not going to be good sex.
Yeah, it's not gonna be good sex, bro.
I mean, is it?
They don't
Am I
move.
still busted?
It's like where you
They
go
don't
to bust.
move.
Is it so
Give
bad
bad
you can't
head.
even bust?
You think it's going to be like the fattest, sweetest bust, but then it's just like nothing barely comes out, and you feel like you wasted a bust.
Or you can't even bust because, like, she's like, it just feels like, is she into it? Like, you don't know.
Like, I'm also so picky that it could be like bomb sex, and I catch a whiff of that stank breath, and my dick will go soft.
Nah, you don't catch a whiff. You're totally shielded from the stank breath during sex. It doesn't.
Yo,
Who said that? You just made that up.
Put it this way, right? Either if you choose bad breath, you could date multiple women to find the ones that have that good sex, but all of them are gonna have shitty breath. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to stay with the same woman in order to do that. But yeah,
if that's the case. I thought it was one beautiful lady. Do you get her with bad breath or bad sex?
No, that's how it was. That's that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man!
But if you choose the good breath when she fucks you, she does that thing where she gets on top and she does that grindy thing where it only feels good to her. Like you don't really. You're like, all right, I guess we can roll with this for a little bit.
I could deal with that.
I could deal with it. No, that sucks.
or she just doesn't move, just lays on her back. Fucking nothing ever lines up. Like you try to hit it from the back and you just can't line up right because she doesn't know how to arch her back right. And it's just like, yeah. Like it just never works out. And then it's just to the point where you find it hard to bust. You don't know if she's busting. You can't make her bust because it's
I got a
bad
vivid
sex.
imagination.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
even when she's on top, her rhythm is off. So like it feels terrible. Like it's just the worst.
It's just bad. Oh, it's terrible. Anyway,
stank
all
breath,
right.
breath,
You made your choice,
sex.
Dave. What are you going?
Oh, stank breath for sure. I ain't having no bad sex.
My ninja.
I'll stop brushing my teeth too, so we both got stank, bro. We're both about to suffer in this.
If I gotta deal with it, you gotta deal with it too, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Ain't got nobody to impress.
Nah.
Oh,
Exactly. All right. So the last, I would say month or so, month and a half, we do a best actor question. So I kind of grabbed a lot of our best actors, and this is it's like a championship of sorts with, all the actors, and I'm sure you guys know which actors are coming through. So the best actor of these four, which have won a poll of some sort for us, we have Denzel, we got Christian Bale, we have Daniel Day-Lewis, and we have Leo DiCaprio. And now we need to pick a best actor from those four.
I know who you're picking.
No, you don't. Fuck yourself.
All right, who are they again?
We have Denzel. Christian Bale.
Got it.
Daniel Day-Lewis. Leo DiCaprio.
All right. This is a tougher one. This is
This is the winner of all the winner. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Out of this list, I'd have to go with Leo.
Leo, really?
Yeah. I fuck with Denzel. Like it for me. And you probably don't want to. You take mine with a grain of salt, right? Because
always do.
Daniel Day-Lewis is an amazing actor, but that I get annoyed by like method actors, dude.
So his process bothers you. So he's not.
His process bothers me. Just makes it like
okay.
Yeah, like he's probably a dickhead in real life or some shit. That's how I feel.
Sounds like we're rushing to judgment on Daniel.
No, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how he is. But
well, we're talking about best actors here, not.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen.
We're not. This isn't.
I haven't seen enough. I honestly haven't seen enough Daniel Day-Lewis movies. He's never been a draw for me.
He only has like 5.
Right. He's never been a draw for me.
Academy
where
Award for each 5.
If I see Daniel Day-Lewis is in a movie, I'm not running to watch it.
Nobody is.
Generally, You do. You
I don't
watch
go to
every
the
single
theater. I don't.
No.
It's not that
But
serious.
but he's your dude. But he's your you enjoy his movies. For me, like all of his movies, even though he is a great actor, this is like really slow burns. I can never get into him enough. So yeah, I'm definitely not running to it, and I haven't even seen Lincoln or anything like that, because I just know the type of movie he's gonna come, he's gonna come with. But he's a great actor for sure. But for me, like when it comes to the like losing myself in the movie, the character, even though I know it's Leo and all that shit, like he can disappear in a movie and he can like really draw you in. If I'm gonna watch, like if I see Leo's in a movie, I'm gonna run to that movie. Denzel, same thing. Mm-hmm. But I feel like lately, like he's I don't know, like I don't quite rush to watch his movies nowadays. So it's like he's still an amazing actor. He's still great.
You think he's past his prime?
I don't know if I don't think he's past his prime. I don't think
on the downswing.
I would say so.
Okay.
I would say so.
I would agree
like
with
he's on the downswing. But as of right now, I would say Leo.
Okay. That's respectable. These are all very respectable actors.
I still fuck with Christian Bale too, but
Yeah.
he's another one where I'm not running to the movie just because Christian Bale's in it. Although he has been killing it lately. So
I think I would be more likely to run to a Christian Bale movie than I would
Really?
a Daniel Day-Lewis or a Leo or a Denzel movie.
okay, all right.
I don't think that's who I'm picking, but Johnny, who are you picking?
Well, I'm gonna be the devil's advocate here, and I'm gonna say it's gonna be Denzel.
I'm going to put in my own actor.
Yeah,
I want to go Denzel just because I want to support the only
he's
black
the
actor
OG,
that's listed
man.
here.
He's the OG.
Is there another actor of color you think should be? Am I missing? Am I missing
I'm
somebody?
sure there is, but not off the top of my head.
Daniel
here.
Kaluuya.
Yo, I thought Dave was like, is there another colored?
No.
I was gonna be like, oh shit.
Almost. You almost got me there. Not today, my friend. Not today.
Oh man. Idris Elba, I think he's great. He's up there.
Yeah, he's
To answer
I
your
don't think
question.
he's
not Denzel, but
I don't think he's
up
with
there.
these dudes, but he's definitely up there as far as
Yeah, for sure. Daniel Kaluuya is up there too, but he still needs some more
some discipline.
I don't know about some discipline, but he needs some better films under his belt. I think he's definitely getting there, but he's not quite there.
What
I think
about
I'm gonna go Christian Bale.
Christian Bale?
It's not a bad answer. I'm not going to argue with you.
None of these could be.
Yeah, they're all great at what they do.
For
Why-
some reason,
why?
I can't bring myself to say Leo. I don't know. I keep,
Christian Bale has that dedication. He has that, he loses the weight, he gains the weight, he gets into like these characters. Like him in
semi-method,
Amsterdam
right?
was fucking. In Amsterdam, he was great.
it was good in Amsterdam. I thought it was really good.
Right.
I don't think he's really been bad in anything that I've seen.
Other than Shaft.
But if the story is bad,
Yeah. He did what he could with that.
and not that Leo is necessarily bad and stuff. It's just for some reason I can't
You don't take
unattach
Leo
him
as
from
seriously.
being
Jack.
not necessarily
Just Leo.
Jack, but just being like young,
A child.
wild Leo. That's not like a powerhouse talent. Like he's just an actor. He's just a Hollywood celebrity. And it's like I almost, and this is not true, but it's like in my mind, he's like in like a Matt Damon category. Like he's just an actor. Like
Oof.
they're just there. And I get it. It's not a good analogy, but that's where he's clumped in with all those like just actors. And I'm sure he's much better than that. And he's been in some really good shit. And I just, for some reason, I can't bring my head to give him the best of the best of our.
I think more
throwdown.
accurately, Tom Cruise would be more in that Matt Damon
him too
actor realm. Whereas like Leo, I don't know. Leo,
that's actually a good, and not to
you're good.
distract from what we're covering, but I saw still a couple days ago the Michael J. Fox documentary rather, and my wife and I were talking like if Michael J. Fox hadn't gotten diagnosed with Parkinson's, do you think he would be like the Tom Cruise of today, or would he be more like the Leo of today? Like where would his career have gone? Or would he have not gone? Like, so I didn't know, like, would he have gone more as he got older? Would he have started to go more action and serious to the action thing like Tom Cruise? Would he have gone more dramatic?
I think he would
like
have
Leo,
more
or would he
dramatic.
have stuck in the more comedic kind of space where he was, he played like a straight man in comedy,
like a smart ass though. Like a young.
Would he
like
have
a Ferris
stuck with
Bueller
that and
type.
just kind of?
I was gonna compare him to Matthew Broderick, where probably his career would have taken him in that route, and I think he would have gone.
Matthew Broderick's career has taken him into husbandry. Like he doesn't do anything.
He does a lot of
husband.
like. Well, yeah, you're right. I think it would have taken he would have took the dramatic route of would have been good in comedic, because if you think about it, right, Back to the Future, Teen Wolf, like those movies would have taken him into like a comedic, smart ass, like would have pigeonholed him into a specific kind of character, and I think he would have tried to have proved himself in more dramatic roles and kind of took that route. And
I mean, he retired on was not Spin City, because he retired on Spin City, but then he came back and he was on that that law show with Margulis.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah,
one,
no,
but
I know what you're
remember, it
talking
was
about. I
Boston
can't
Law,
think of the
maybe?
name. What was it?
Maybe it was Boston Law.
Boston Law? Was he on one of those? I do remember.
It was
Boston
a
Law.
show like that. It was with the girl from ER. Margulis is her last name.
Julia
Margulis, I think. Yeah.
He's done a few things.
My,
Nightcap.
no.
That sounds like Night Court.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't
thought
retire,
Spin
but he
City-
had some
I thought
stuff
he
in
was-
2019
It
and
was
stuff.
lawyerish.
Yeah, The Good Fight. I think that's the show he was on.
The Good Wife?
The Good Fight.
The Good Fight.
He had the Michael J. Fox show,
Yeah, I don't even remember that one.
right?
But
He
I'm
was on
pretty
Boston.
sure.
He was on a few things. But like even look at the things that he did.
The
take
Michael
on.
J. Fox show, he was already like, I'm a dude with
Parkinson's?
Parkinson's. The Good Wife, excuse me. He was
Yes,
on The Good
okay,
Fight
The
as
Good-
well, but
So
The
there
Good
was-
Wife was the first one.
The Good Wife.
Yeah. He was.
And
So
then
he played
did
a lawyer
bunch
in
of
The
stuff
Good
on
Wife.
Curb Your Enthusiasm, which was really funny. And that
Yeah,
was
see,
after he
but
was
but
very,
he was
very sick.
It was like
Right.
only a couple episodes, right?
Yeah, no, it wasn't a huge thing,
Yeah.
but just to see him
2
again after a
episodes,
bunch
yeah.
of years without him was,
Yeah,
I
for
remember
sure.
being really pumped to see
But
that.
I just I wondered like what his career would have ended up if
I think it
wasn't
would be
stricken
more
with this
Leo
disease.
than Tom Cruise. I
Sure.
think he would have went for
I
the
would agree with
dramatic
that.
roles. Maybe an Oscar. Who knows what he would have done? But I think he would have, like Wok said, he was young. He was a smart ass. He was kind of that, cheeky dude. I think he would have tried to move out of that.
But I think he would have
out of that
still been
realm.
relevant. Like he wouldn't have faded.
No,
But
absolutely.
even if you look at it, like, what did he do after those movies? He played for like Life with Mikey, where it kind of went a little bit more tiny. Like even though it was a kid movie and everything, he was a little bit more of the serious adult in that. Frighteners. He was that really like put him into that serious, more the more serious, like it wasn't horror, but it was kind of like scary-ish kind of movie. I think he would have went in that route if that were the case. Hard to say, but who knows? But I think you're right on that. I think he would have went more Leo than Tom Cruise. Nobody goes Tom Cruise except for Tom Cruise.
Yeah. I'm gonna pick Daniel Day-Lewis, guys.
Yeah, shocker.
No, I'm saying, like, remember we talked about the thing, like, at gunpoint, you got to do a fucking monologue, like. Who's the actor? Like, this is purely on acting, not who I'm rushing to the theater for. Just acting chops. Who is the best actor? Who can disappear into something? Not who's not a dick
At gunpoint,
or who's a nice
do this
guy.
monologue. Well, who is this character? Who has he been? Can I be this character for at least 3 weeks before I devote this monologue?
3 weeks? What are you, a pussy? I'm talking a year, bro. A year.
Yeah, exactly.
Making shoes by hand.
When do I have to do the monologue? Right now, I have no information on this. This is how I would expect that conversation to go with Daniel Day-Lewis.
You don't know how that would go because you don't watch Daniel Day-Lewis movies.
I've seen enough to know how.
Have you though?
I mean, I've seen.
Lincoln? Come on. This is Lincoln.
No, I hadn't. I saw there would be blood, and I've seen the Gangs of New York.
Ooh, okay. Two goodies. Two goodies.
Right. So I probably seen like half of his catalog.
So nobody picks
because he
the
prepares
person of
for
color.
10 years.
We're all racist, is what we're saying. That's
No.
terrible, guys. It's terrible.
Denzel's the man.
Poor Denzel. All right. I guess we know.
I mean,
I know.
at the end of this conversation, I'm starting to like lean more towards a little bit more towards Christian Bale, but I'll stick with Leo.
Okay. So we don't
Just
have
'cause,
an actual winner. There's no consensus here. This is how
we're not we're not all aligned on this.
It's fair. Let's see. I want to know what the listeners think. We're gonna put up a poll after this episode drops.
Ooh.
Awesome.
Let's leave it to the fans. We won't even put Denzel in there. Just the three that we pick.
We're not gonna put Denzel.
That's
most
terrible.
people
We
are
gotta
just
put Denzel in there.
most people will just pick Denzel off of the strength of the fact that Denzel's on the list.
Exactly. That's why we can't have that.
Yeah, even though like Equalizer and his latest movies exist. But
Is that an argument for Denzel?
no, I'm just saying. Even though Equalizer 2, I should say, the first Equalizer was pretty good. Second one is just like, okay, now y'all trying to milk this.
Yeah.
What was the Man on Fire? I think Man on Fire is one of my favorite. Aside from Training
Yeah.
Day,
I mean,
obviously, but like Man on Fire, bro. Like when
Denzel is
just
Denzel,
fucking
bro.
dudes up. Oh,
Book of Eli, bro. That shit is still to this day. I fucking love that movie.
I mean, I will once again repeat that recent film from Denzel, the Macbeth. I mean,
Beth, yeah.
it
I
is
didn't watch that.
a Shakespearean play, so you got to get through that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you watch it just to see a Denzel performance, I would say that you would watch that and say he hasn't lost it, and he's not on a downward trajectory. but
I'm
he's still killing it.
sure. I'm sure. I mean, he's like I
Now,
said,
he still
he's
sounds
Denzel.
like Denzel's doing Macbeth. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
but you just feel the passion for a black and white film with almost no set. Like
Set
a lot of the
pieces.
set, a lot of the set is like white. Like it's
Yeah.
just a a big ass white room that you're in.
That's
It's
weird.
very, very playish.
Jarring.
To help out your argument, even like Fences, I saw
Yeah. That's
the
a play.
comparisons for Fences.
Yeah.
It's a play, and he's done it both on stage and he's done the film.
I didn't know that.
Knew how to deliver both. I
he killed it.
saw the back to back, and yeah, he killed that. Denzel is Denzel, bro. He's still Denzel. As far as like,
All right, I'm changing my answer. Denzel, done.
Denzel. Oh shit.
I'm just saying, like Denzel, I think he's being more selective on those type of roles where he's gonna pick those more powerful, lesser known roles or lesser, like he's just not in blockbusters anymore. I don't think.
Yeah.
So that's what I
okay.
mean. Like it's on the downwards.
He's handing the
It's
reins
just-
off to his son. That's fine.
Not in comparison, because he's he's not an amazing actor by any means. But the same conversation where I thought, like, what are you talking about when it came to Nick Cage? And y'all like, what? I was like, yeah, he's a fucking he was an A actor. He's like, what are you talking about? He hasn't been an A actor since like Face Off or whatever the fuck y'all said. Yeah, like The Rock. And I'm like, wait, what are you talking about? He has so many fucking movies since then. But you know, that's just
don't get me started on that again.
I get you. Yeah. But I'm just
Hit
saying,
his
you know,
peak in the
like,
90s.
he's not on the same caliber. He's not on the same caliber as Denzel, so that's not the argument. I just want to throw that out there.
Although
But
I
still.
have noticed a lot of, I see like recaps of, old 80s and 90s things as I'm watching like something about somebody else, right? And they'll show it, and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot Nick Cage was in this, and Nick Cage was in that, and shit, man, Nick Cage has been around for a long time.
For a very long time.
He was,
Best times at Ridgemont High. Bro.
yeah, I mean, he was doing big shit way back, and
Raising Arizona.
I don't know what happened. He did too much too quick. I really don't know why his star faded.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways,
All right. Final question.
Third question,
fellas.
yeah.
All right. Would you? There's
Final
another
showdown.
last. Would you rather?
okay.
Would you rather find out your partner is really a prostitute hired by your parents, or blow a horse to completion?
What?
I'll repeat it one more time.
No,
I
Would
swear.
you rather
Would you rather?
find out your partner is really a prostitute hired by your parents, or blow a horse to completion?
The obvious answer here is blow a horse to completion. I mean, come on. No, of course I would rather find out that if I found out my girl was a prostitute, I was just like, that is a fucking long ass play
Right.
that you have here, dude. Like,
The long.
Like,
but
yo,
okay.
Ma, you got bread?
Yeah.
You've been paying
Fuck.
for this 5 years, 7 years, 10 years?
First of all, why are we struggling right now if you making all
Right.
this bread? We're like, what we doing?
Making
What are you
prostitute
doing
bread.
here? Yo, what's up? We're gonna reel it in. We're gonna make it a family business now.
Right.
We're gonna get this OF going. Gonna get this OF going. What's up? Like we need to build an industry now.
Right.
So that's the answer?
Yeah, that's my answer. I don't
Prostitute?
give a fuck.
Your your child together is a prostitute child?
We have
That's
two
okay?
children together. Yeah, if it turned out that my parents were balling to that extent where they've been paying her for 7 years,
Yeah.
like and it came to light, it's just like, all right, well,
What happens with the relationship? Are you done? Like,
I don't
hey,
know.
get
This
outta
is
here,
this is not a real life situation, bro. But I'm not blowing a fucking horse, I'll tell you that much.
What if it was not to completion, just for like 10 minutes?
No.
Just tip.
Nah.
I think that might do it. Have you ever seen a horse dick?
Yeah. No, I'm good. I'm good on that.
So are we all going prostitute? Is
I
this-
think so. I don't think any
This is obvious.
No,
I
I
mean,
mean,
if you want to be
if
the
you wanna
devil's
blow a
advocate
horse,
here,
feel free, my friend.
yes,
I want to know that my love is real. That's what I want.
enough to blow a horse.
I mean, it could be a pretty woman situation, right? It starts off as a hooker, as your parents originally
No,
paid
she's
her.
done.
But, I mean,
Once you blow that horse, she's out.
yeah, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, this is like,
I mean, let's keep it real. If you blow a horse, anybody that you're with is out.
I don't know. There's some people out there.
Some
You-
people-
Yeah,
might
you're
find
true.
that okay.
That's true.
they might join in on the action.
We talked about dragon dildos. You know, there's some out there with the horse dildos too.
Is that a thing?
Is that a thing on the live
Yeah,
shows?
yeah. And they
Horse
have horse.
Like horse
No, I mean
dildos.
dragon,
Mammoth?
yes, but horse are like.
Yeah, look it up.
I'm gonna
Bring it
Google-
up.
I'll Google it
Bring it
right
up,
now.
Johnny.
I'd rather
There's-
not, but
I just googled horse dildos and the link is already purple. What
oh
the
my
hell's
god,
going
it is on
here?
Amazon.
Oh yeah, no, they're
Yeah, it's a thing.
This is wild.
yeah.
This is wild.
Yeah.
This is on Amazon.
They even got the
You can
colors
get
right. There's some color accurate horse
a
dildos.
giant 16-inch long animal penis.
Yep.
Some of them are attached to like an anthropomorphic horse. Who looks kind of ripped. I don't know if that's like on purpose or what the deal is there, but yeah, he
jeez.
looks
I wonder if it turns around and go, no, sir, I don't like it.
Wilbur. He looks like BoJack Horseman, but he had like a 6-pack. Why do they give horses a 6-pack with a huge dick? It's so weird. They also need a 6-pack. They don't have a big enough dick.
No.
I don't get it.
No, I'm impressed that Amazon sells dildos.
Yeah. They sell whatever. But I think Amazon also you could open up your own store on Amazon, so
Horse dildo.
Technically, yes, yeah. But I'm sure there's still stuff that they don't allow.
sure. Like
So,
drugs.
Well,
You can get fucked by a horse, but don't you smoke a joint.
Exactly.
I know.
Busted. Yeah, I don't want to blow a horse.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not blowing.
I'm saying, like what you made this seem like there was like this. Yeah, there was gonna be a choice in this. Nah, son.
Yeah, this is an unhealthy choice.
Yeah.
There's just,
blowing a horse,
especially to completion.
Yeah. It's a little more cut
son.
and dry.
'Cause that's
than
like-
than I was thinking.
You'd probably die. The amount of nut that comes out of a horse, it's got to be like a gallon.
Do we have any horse busting videos we can pull up?
I'd rather not put that in my search
Save
history.
that. Save that for the Patreon.
I already have horse dildos in my search, so like my ads are gonna be fucked up for the next couple
right.
months on my shit.
I
Yeah,
did not open
sure.
a private window for that.
Yeah, no, I just
And
went
I
and,
looked it up on Amazon, so now it's going to be in my Amazon history. Next time I go
100%.
shopping for freaking dishwashing detergent, it's going to be like, pick up where you left off on this
Yeah.
dildo search.
This has been in your
Yeah.
cart. It's on sale now.
What's even worse is your girl's gonna be searching shit and randomly just have horse
Oh, no, we got separate
dildos
accounts.
ads come up. You'll be like, hey babe, we talked about this. I searched it. It might show up on your phone. Not a big deal.
It's like, oh, I ordered one. Look
like,
good.
Oh,
Thanks
is
for the
that one?
tip.
Okay.
Got the color accurate one.
Yeah.
It's pink in certain places. It's so weird.
Oh man. It has beauty marks and shit.
Like a pearl. There's a pearl in it.
Oh man. You remember back in the day when I remember my boy, because my boy used to be into porn just like as much as you are. dude.
I had a boy like that once.
Yeah, and I was never into porn like that much. I was into porn, but not enough to be like watching it with my boys. We'd always be chilling, and then he'd be like, "Yo, I'm gonna throw this this porn." I was like, "Okay." Yeah, mad weird.
Nelson would be in the corner.
But then he'd be like, but he would tell me shit about porn and shit. He'd be like, yeah, fucking Cuban dudes, they get surgically implanted this bead at the top of their fucking dick.
That's
for
the
that.
thing. That's the pearl. That's what I was talking about.
Is that
Yeah,
what you were
Ramon.
talking about?
Ramon
Okay, that's
has
what
a
I was.
pearl.
Yeah,
If you've ever
I
seen
remember that
Ramon's
name for
fat
some
dick,
reason.
There's a fucking marble-sized pearl in the top of his forehead that looks like it was
That
implanted.
shit is so fucking weird, yo.
I always assumed it just hit the perfect spot as he was smashing these, because Ramon already had like a fucking 10-inch dick, like a fucking Pringles can, and then he put a little marble on the end, right in this very specific spot.
What?
And
It was on the top. It was right on the top. I remember
right
that
on the
shit.
top. It was the.
And I was
many
like, yo, that
questions.
shit is weird, yo.
So many questions, including why do you know his name on a first name basis?
Who are you talking to right now? First of all, what do you think I've been doing since I was fucking?
I mean,
13?
I know you've been watching, but I didn't know you were waiting till the credits rolled.
It's all there in the title, bro. Come on.
Yeah, it's in the title. There are certain people like there's a lot of porn out there where the
I have
person
never
isn't
seen
named,
a porn with a
but you
dude's
know the
name in
names like
title.
Lexington Steele. You know, fucking
Lex.
Ramon was part of.
I think it was Bang Bros.
Yeah,
or
was it Bang?
One of those. Yeah.
Bang Bros. Yeah, I think it was Bang Bros or Reality Kings. One of those two.
He did a little bit of everything.
Isn't that the same thing?
Probably.
Bang Bros
Reality
and
Kings
Reality
and Bang?
Kings
No,
aren't the same?
no.
Those are two different ones, right?
two separate entities.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bang
I always
Bros-
thought like Bang Bros owned Reality Kings or Reality Kings owned Bang Bros.
No, Bang Bros did the Bang Bus, right? Reality
Kings did a
Reality
Yeah.
Kings
Yeah,
had
'cause they had
did a
all those
lot.
different.
the Latinas one. I forgot what their
8th
names
Street. It was
now
8th
it's
Street
been-
Latinas.
8th Street Latinas. Yeah.
That was what?
I
Reality
think. I'm
Kings?
not sure. I don't remember the exact.
It was definitely
that
8th
sounds
Street
right.
Latinas. 8th Street Latinas and Dirty Latina Maids.
Ooh, that's still a
Nice.
thing, Dirty
Good
Latina
call out.
maids.
Good call out.
That's just J-Mac
man.
banging a bunch of sexy
J-Mac.
Latina maids.
I was just about to say, I don't know who that light skinned. I forgot what his name is. You just
know his
named
name.
him.
Wait, J-Mac. Isn't J-Mac the dude, the autistic kid from Rochester?
He's also
That's
J-Mac.
another,
These are
yeah,
different
but he's not
J-Macs.
in porn. He did not. He did not transition to porn.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought you were leading into.
No. But there was a time where the man was actually listed as if they were popular enough, they were listed in the name with the bitches.
So I opened a private window and I Google Ramon Pearl penis. And the first thing that comes up is a Vice article from 2016 that says, "Why are Cuban men putting pearls in their dicks?"
Yo,
that's
Locke's
what my
got
boy
the
was talking
Cuban
about.
sex scene on Locke, son. I don't
That's
know
what
where
my
he
boy
gets
was
his
talking
info
about.
from, but he knows what's good.
Even from back then, my boy had mentioned it, and this was like when I was like 16, 17, and for some reason it never like I'm like, yo, fucking Cuban dudes are out here just putting a random fucking bead at the top of their fucking dicks. Like, why would you do this?
Can you send that Vice article to the group chat? I want to read why the Cuban dudes are doing this.
Oh
A
man,
little marble.
this is where I wish I had to drop, man. Why are you gay?
Why are you having marble?
And that's for
That
all
is
of us for
why.
having this conversation.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck, man. I know y'all motherfuckers out here that watch porn. Y'all know the dudes too, man.
Y'all know about Ramon.
I'm sure you've
Y'all
seen
know
it.
about y'all can name some dudes in the fucking porn space too.
Do you know what
If you have
don't?
a pearl in your penis, feel free to let us know.
I
mean,
don't-
Don't send a photo unless
No,
it's
just
the
let
at what's
Johnny
up
know.
walk.
I'm good on that. I don't want to know.
Have you ever come across any of like and I know obviously we just talked about how we don't know a lot of male porn stars, but I think you would be shocked at the amount of male porn stars that we know from banging hot chicks that also bang transsexual and dudes. Because if you follow any porn stars on Twitter, they're always tagging each other and new content, trying to boost each other up. Ramon in particular, I've seen him tagged in videos banging transsexual men, women, dudes, and other like Brazzers talent, Reality Kings talent, dudes that you would recognize that are also just in a totally other genre of porn than we're used to seeing them in. I didn't realize how common it was until following porn stars on Twitter, where they're just tagging each other and everything, bro.
Thanks to Twitter. We
Gotta
now
love Twitter.
realized
Now
Johnny,
we know
can you hit
Ramon
that,
likes
our
dudes.
porn stars are fluid.
Johnny, I don't
that's
have
what
the
it feels
sound.
like.
I don't have the sound. Can you hit that?
Why are you gay?
Hey,
That's some-
big facts.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't follow enough porn stars, especially.
That's fair.
I don't
Follow
follow
any.
any of the guys
fair.
on Twitter.
No, you don't
only
even have to
follow
follow the guys. You follow
amateur-
the
I know,
chicks
it's-
tag all the dudes in them, man.
Yeah.
It's a
All
whole
the-
vortex. that
all
you
the
go
naked, all the naked women
Can
that
you-
I find on Twitter are just like random milfs.
Can you
that have
even
OF
open
pages.
your Twitter like at work? Like I feel like your Twitter has to be the most NSFW Twitter account. Like you can't be at dinner and get like a Twitter notification and be like, yeah, I'm gonna go check and see what this is, because it may just expose like some wild ass shit in front of a whole restaurant.
No, I mean, I cleaned up my Twitter and my Instagram not too long ago because there was just a lot of useless shit
Porn?
on there. Yeah, that was unnecessary. So like, there's like a handful of porn stars that I really do want to follow. And then other than that, it's really not as bad, but I still probably wouldn't if I were out in public. I mean, I, work remotely and shit. So like, I'm not actually at an office or anything. So I'll
work
open
is
my
probably
shit
a
up
bad
whenever I
example,
want,
but if you're like visiting your parents,
no, dude, I would not. I wouldn't scroll Twitter like in public if I were like in a waiting room somewhere, bro. I wouldn't.
riding the bus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
IG
I
would
make-
be cool. You catch a booty in there every now and then, but my
that's-
IG
that's
is
all right,
pretty.
I have
contained.
nowhere near the amount of people and shit that I follow on Twitter, and sometimes instinctually, like I go through social medias, like I just open my phone if I'm bored.
Yeah.
And if I open Twitter, every time I open Twitter in like a public setting, my heart drops and I'm like, oh fuck, close.
Right.
You were looking at titties in church, weren't you?
Yeah. I mean, that
Basically.
happens from time to time.
Sure does. We've all been there.
You send me a fucking Twitter link, and then that sends me down a downward spiral of now Titty Tuesday.
So who
Don't
really
send me-
has the dirty
Don't
Twitter?
send me Twitter links on Titty Tuesday when you know I'm working, because it just
That's my bad. I got to work on that. We all have our issues that we need to address, and that's one of
Yeah.
mine. I'm sorry.
Why do I feel like I'm gonna have an abundance of Twitter?
Y'all weren't mad
Twitter
about that
links.
Titty Tuesday today, were ya?
Never.
Nah. Subscribed, baby.
I know. You are
Not
not
really.
Favorite days of the week.
No, not really. I have seen her stuff though. She's dope.
Good stuff.
All right, so we're good with questions, right? That was the end of it.
That's it.
No one's blowing a horse cock.
No, I don't think we're going horsecock.
Definitely not.
Oh man, that's what made you feel like maybe somebody would choose that second option? I don't think anybody would.
That was Johnny's question.
That's fair. That's fair. All right, man. First thing I just wanted to bring out there, man. There's a lot of stuff going on with Marvel, so we might as well start with a little bit of Hollywood stuff.
Let's talk about it.
But yo, what is up with these Marvel villains now coming out as actual villains in real life, bro? So Wakanda Forever, the star of the villain of Wakanda Forever, Tenoch Huerta, is now accused of sexual assault. And from what I was seeing, man, and of course it's all alleged, but he was accused of like choking and doing some crazy shit and by a Mexican saxophonist. Maria Elena Rios is the accuser. he was a part of Wakanda Forever that I think most people really enjoyed, and we were looking forward to seeing him. And after all of Jonathan Majors' BS that's been going on, bro, this shit is crazy, yo. Oh man,
These dudes catch a fat check and they can't control themselves anymore.
I don't even think it's that. I think it's like, as they're coming up, they're doing shit as if like, yeah, this like. Almost as if like they're not going to become someone
They don't have the
while
faith in
trying to
themselves.
actively become someone, right? They catch on, and it's not until you actually become someone of someone in the public eye
So
that
that's
they come
how
out and
that's how we do it, son. One of us has to kick the shit out of our chick, son, so this pod takes off. Is that what you're telling me?
I don't know that's not what I'm saying. We're not doing that.
We're not doing that. Not doing that.
No.
Nix that.
My point is, man, these people, they live their lives, and for whatever reason, they do these random ass things, right? As thinking, and who knows, like how long ago this was, and people, I do believe people can change, but all that, that shit always comes to light, bro. Don't be a shitty person.
Yeah, I just
These
don't
are
know,
accusations, right? This isn't
there's
I just don't
anything
know
that's been.
what the legitimacy of this accusation. I haven't looked further into that original article.
Sure.
Same.
Further other than the original article, and so like, I don't know. Apparently, she was on a podcast, and then they put out an episode that she was on. They didn't pay her, so then she just came out and was just like, when I left them, I told them that they were protecting the sexual predator, Tenoch Huerta, and it was just like random. Like there was no like straight allegation that I saw, at least in that original tweet. Like she didn't say anything specific. She's just like, "Oh, you guys are protecting this sexual predator." I don't even know what he has to do with this Facebook de la Machinche podcast. I have no idea what. Like it's just a random, and it's like she's an acid attack survivor.
Yes, I did see
That's like
that.
a thing that happens in other countries. I don't know that. I don't think that ever happens in the U.S. Like
And in
it's
Europe, it's really
yeah, it's like
a big thing.
European, South American thing that, yeah, if you want to go after someone, you spray acid on their face. Random.
Whatever happened
bullshit.
to an old AR-15?
Yeah, I know, just shoot him with a Glock. But anyways, yeah, she's an acid survivor. She wears a mask on her face. And she accused Tenoch Huerta of being a sexual predator, but I don't know that she had any like specific allegations, unless you heard something else, Wak.
No, I thought I read something saying, like kind of outlining what she was saying that he did, but no, that's also I must have been wrong, so I apologize for that. But yeah, I mean, he came out and he said that the allegations are untrue, and that's why we said, allegedly that this comes out. And in all honesty, bro, nowadays, that's all it needs is for somebody to come out and say, and just call them that, right?
Yeah.
And then
we get
everybody kind of
incepted.
jumps on the narrative. And nothing can come forward from this point, but the fact that the allegations were thrown out there just doesn't look good on him and his character, period.
Right.
And even and we've seen with Johnny Depp, right? Even if you go to court, you take it to court, you find out like, yo, this is completely inaccurate, right? These allegations are false. It would still hurt your career. Like we still haven't seen him fully come back. And there, some people are, jumping in his defense and we're gonna see him come back, but there are still people that don't fuck with him and just like still say, still jump on the side of, you know what, I still believe in what she said and blah, blah, blah. And like, it's just like, once your name is tarnished nowadays, if there's a small blemish, you're stuck with that blemish, regardless of what you can prove and what you can't prove. Especially, it's even worse if you can't prove that it did not happen. She can come out tomorrow and say, "Hey, I was lying," and they're gonna be like, "Oh, they paid her."
But you can be a boss like Johnny Depp, and this kind of leads me into something that I wanted to talk about just real quick. Where,
Sure,
that $1 million that Johnny Depp won from Amber Heard, he had donated to, I want to say 4 or 5 different charities.
he did. Yes,
And I thought that was, I mean, regardless of the whole trial and everything, like that's a baller move in my opinion. Like, you won a hard fought battle in court. Like, your reputation was tarnished. You got that money, which is sort of, I don't think that like makes up for everything that they had to go through, like that he had to go through. But, to donate that to a bunch of different charities and say, you know what, like, I know I won, but this money can go to some people that need it more. Like, that's a pretty fucking baller move, IMO. So if Tenoch can pull off something like that, where he fights and wins something, and I mean, if you can even donate it to charity, fucking A, bro. So I'm not writing him off. I'm not putting him in the Jonathan Majors category, but like the fact that it came up. Obviously, it has to be talked about,
Sure.
but the validity of those statements, I don't think it has, at least the initial, like, it doesn't have that Jonathan Majors feel, that impact to it. He's not.
well, that was
Kang.
like in the moment. He like,
right,
like,
and there was like video of that. It seemed
a
a lot more crazy with him. But we'll see what happens. I mean,
we'll see.
I just want the truth to come out one way or the other. Like, I want you want to know what happened.
I hope it's not. Yeah, I hope it's not true. Again, he was
Marvel's just getting fucked all the way around, though.
Yo, facts. He was the best part of Wakanda Forever, and I was hoping to see Namor
He's supposed to come back, right?
in more shit. Yeah, he's supposed to be coming back in more shit. So I was looking forward to that.
I don't know.
You know,
Jonathan gonna be chilling.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe they need a buddy movie.
honestly, even with like the Jonathan Majors stuff,
Kang and Namor team up.
Hell yeah.
even with the Jonathan Majors stuff, bro, I haven't really heard anything
No.
when it comes to that. That shit is quiet. I haven't heard
a bunch of
of
delayed
Marvel
Marvel
taking
movies.
any.
Yeah.
I mean, but I think that those things were delayed either way. They were gonna be delayed. I don't think that they have, and we'll talk about it a little bit more later. But I don't think any of those things like had to do with the other. I think they're just laying low, bro. And we'll get some Loki later this year, and
a couple
we'll.
months, right? Next month.
Is it next month?
I think so.
Damn,
I thought it was pushed back. I thought it was pushed back to. Yeah, I thought it was pushed back to maybe like October-ish. But either way, I'm just saying, like, once we get that,
Oh yeah, October. Yeah, you're right.
we're gonna be we're gonna be enamored more by Kang than the person playing him, and then it gets swept under the rug. And which, by the way, I do wanna bring up because it kind of falls into that. But did y'all catch a few weeks ago? I threw in the notes. We never got a chance to talk about it, but Andy Muschietti, I think, is it Muschietti, the director of The Flash? Is that his name? Muschietti?
Muschietti? Yeah, something. I know who you're talking about. But
Muschietti,
Yeah. He came out, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't have the article in front of me, but he came out and he said that that pretty much that if there were a sequel to The Flash, that no one would replace Ezra Miller. And I thought that was very interesting.
telling.
Yeah, very telling, because I'm we're a few days away. Matter of fact, it'll be out by the time this drops.
Yep.
So from the Flash movie, a lot of people are boycotting it because of the shit that Ezra Miller did. Which,
It's
I
fair.
mean, I'm
if
not.
That's what you want to
It's
do.
fair. It's fair if that's what you want to do. But there are a ton of other people involved with this that still need to get paid, and they spent a lot of money prior to him doing all of this. But either way, whatever. I always thought the shit he did was horrible. They, whatever, they, whatever. He goes by they.
Yeah.
They go by they?
They go by they. But anyway, I was under the impression that, yes, they did some crazy, wild shit. They're releasing this movie because they have to. They spent over $200 million. They're not going to refilm the entire shit. There was a lot of technology, like cutting edge technology to make it all come together and work. They're not going to reshoot everything just because they fucked up.
Now all the theys are getting confusing.
Correct.
I just fucking with you. I got you.
No. You get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot involved in that.
Lots.
So in my opinion, the fact that I'm thinking, okay, they're going to release this movie, right? The studio's going to release this movie. There's a lot riding on the line here. But they're going to figure out a way to, set up the new DCU and get Ezra Miller out of there. They're not going to be the Flash anymore by the end of it. And now, like with that quote is like saying, oh, okay, so you are planning that if there is a sequel, you are 100% just like okay with everything that they did, and we're bringing Ezra Miller back as the Flash because, they were great in this movie. Basically. That part is kind of fucked, in my opinion.
I mean,
thoughts,
it's a
please.
white man in Hollywood. How is he not going to get away with shit?
I mean, is he a white man in Hollywood? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that works.
I mean, for other than like Harvey Weinstein, who else is really held accountable for the shit that
Kevin
they do?
Spacey.
Kevin Spacey. I was gonna say Kevin Spacey.
And even then, I seen some shit recently. They're like,
he's coming back.
He's coming back because apparently
The new House of Cards season. I'll watch it.
A lot of those allegations were proven false.
They were dismissed, or yeah. I do remember seeing that. Yeah.
I mean, I'm obviously being cynical with the white man in Hollywood thing. I don't think that's ever really a strong take, but
because I feel like Jonathan Majors, that whole thing is getting
white man in Hollywood.
It is getting white man in Hollywood.
It's not even it's not white man in Hollywood. It's just rich man in Hollywood.
Ah,
really.
there it is.
Oh, okay,
He's getting rich man in Hollywood.
If you
write that down.
If you have the capabilities to bring other people money, lots and lots of it, they will swipe whatever the fuck you're doing under the table until they can no longer do it because the public perception is too strong. And I mean, we fucking voted, not we, but the general we voted a fucking president in office who's literally was on audio saying it's okay to grab women by the pussy. But if he promised to bring a bunch of people money, people will swipe that shit under the rug and not give two fucks.
Facts.
Easily.
And, over-explain shit away. That's just America. And maybe not even America. Like, it's just the way, shit works when you're talking about people of power. So, yeah, there's a bunch of controversy around this whole Ezra Miller shit. And even I was watching something earlier. He did show up to the premiere of The Flash.
I saw the video. I saw a video of him.
He made a couple statements and then
Very
was like
normal,
almost
low-key.
immediately gone.
Yep.
Like he was in and out.
In and out.
They
like
told
The
him that,
Flash.
though.
Yeah.
What's that?
They told him that.
Yeah.
Remember that? When all of this was going on and they didn't know where they were, You know what I mean? Like they didn't know where he was, and they told him like, "Yo, we're giving you an ultimatum. Like you either aren't like if you don't turn yourself in, then we will scrap the whole thing. If you do this,
but would they really?
They were very docile, very well behaved in the clip that I read. It was very
But would
scripted.
DC really scrap the whole thing?
No.
I don't think there was a chance of them ever doing it.
If they would have kept on going into like doing the shit that they, like, all right, so yeah, he attacked.
I mean, I guess if Ezra Miller was still like beating people up and
that's what I'm saying. Like they told him he had to turn himself in because he was still doing that shit. He was actively doing all that shit. When they told him like, yo, you need to cut the shit and fucking turn yourself in, and these are your ultimatums.
Right.
You get help. If you get help, and you turn yourself in and you get the help that you need, then we'll release.
Like turn himself into authorities. Like he's not facing any like judicial challenge or anything like that. Like he's not facing time or anything. He's
he not?
No. He checked himself into rehab and into a therapy spa or whatever. Yeah. And that was enough for the studios to be like, all right, he's seeking help, and he made a statement saying he's bettering himself. There's no from my understanding, both the choking thing and the kidnapping thing, there's no charges were brought against him.
Damn, the fucking grooming and everything.
Yeah, there's the grooming allegations. There's a lot there that he's not really getting held accountable for, right?
Yeah.
Or they're basically kind of getting a pass because they showed contrition and they have a fucking awesome movie.
Damn.
Yeah.
And that's what celebrity life is like.
I guess.
Must be crazy.
Wow.
Apparently.
Either way, in my opinion, I thought it was very telling. Like, I thought that by the end of this, we're going to watch this movie, and yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to set up the DCU, or is it DCU, DCEU, whatever?
DCU?
It's going to set up the new DCU with, James Gunn's vision. And that this movie was going to reset everything. That's what they said. This is the one that's going to reset everything because this movie was made prior to James Gunn taking the mantle. So that was my thought. And I was 100% convinced that by the end of this, Ezra Miller is not going to continue as the Flash. Now we're not, it doesn't seem as cut and dry with the director of The Flash saying that if he gets the opportunity to direct, and this again,
that's where I think it's falling, right? Okay, that's cool.
Sure.
But are they as in James Gunn and DC, are they going to do a sequel? Like, does it?
I mean,
they're probably just leaving the door open, honestly. I don't think this is anything concrete. They don't want to rule it out. They don't.
I think if anything, Ezra Miller might show up in a
flashback or something.
Not even a flashback, just as a guest in one of a cameo.
Two things
in a following DCU movie, but I
two
don't know
things
that they're
here,
gonna do a
right?
Flash 2.
So there's two things here. One, if this movie makes a shit ton of money, which it will, the studio is going to want to move forward with whatever the fuck the formula was, right? Which, if James Gunn, whatever, doesn't play with it, I guess he can interfere with that. But also, James Gunn is pretty anti-cancel culture, too.
Yes.
Because he was canceled at one point. So
yes, but also like he was canceled for some tweets.
Correct. It's not quite the same thing, but I'm just saying it's up to his discretion. it's up to his discretion here, and
facts,
because he is because he is anti cancel culture, it could really like
Yeah, that's true.
It could all be out of spite. He could
he
fair.
could do it right out of spite.
Yeah,
Like, y'all,
that's
you
fair.
wanted to cancel me? We're bringing Ezra back. Fuck y'all.
Right. And you know what? A majority of people are just going to say, fuck it, that movie fucked, so I'm going to fuck with the next one. But I think morally, like, you know, like him, again, you know, I understand wanting to fight people that are singing that fucking song from Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. But the whole like creating a cult and the grooming allegations, those are the ones where I'm like, oh yeah, that's fucked, bro. Like we can't possibly just
odd
put
behavior.
more fire under this dude, you know? But anyway, y'all got anything to bring up?
On
What about
Ezra
all
Miller?
Just
No.
the
No,
the
just like in
MCU
general. You don't wanna talk
timelines.
about it?
We had
Oh,
a bunch of movies get. I think Deadpool 3 got moved up, and pretty much everything else in the MCU timeline got pushed back. Like what, 6 months, a year? It seemed like there was a bunch of stuff. I feel like
It
that
does
So-
seem
we,
like Walk
could-
was talking. It seems like it's a writer strike related.
right. And I didn't know if that was
Well,
just
so-
the
so
writer's
I have a
strike
little
or
bit
lot of it
more-
was-
I have a little
Deadpool
bit
3
more
next
information
May?
on that.
That's
so
less than a year away. I'm kind of
Yeah.
hyped for that.
Fuck yeah.
I have a little bit more information on that. So, today they announced Disney and Marvel, the whole company, announced a bunch of release dates because things were pushed back. A while back, the MCU or Marvel, they announced that they were going to be, kind of revisiting everything to focus on quality over quantity. And we hadn't heard too much about it. I know there was, obviously we're going through a writer's strike and everything like that. But the things that I heard were, or at least the things that I show here that are more Marvel related, Deadpool 3 has moved up from November 8th, 2024 to May 3rd, 2024. So we're going to be getting Deadpool sooner than we thought, which is, I fuck with that 1,000%. Captain America, which, Johnny brushed off last week talking shit about my Hollywood, was renamed Captain America Brave New World randomly and moved from May 3rd, 2024 to August 26th, 2024. So that was pushed back. Thunderbolts moved to December 2024. Blade is now set for February 14, 2025, which that one just keeps going back and forth. But we knew
till it's gone.
Yeah.
Right.
We've got a
I don't
script yet for that.
I don't think it's gonna be gone, but I'm still hopeful that
We all are.
I'm still hopeful that Mahershala Ali doesn't back the fuck out. Really.
That's really what it comes down to. Like, I'm sure he has shit to do, other shit he wants to do. You know how actors' schedules are.
Sure.
They can be crazy. Like, they either got to get this done or think of something else because my man's got shit to do.
He's got shit to do and he's getting tired. Like that shit was announced during COVID,
Yeah,
right?
for
When we
sure.
weren't getting anything.
Yeah.
And we're still getting that shit pushed back. The talks of what's his name's character, Jon Snow, I forget what his name is in real life. Where, he had a
Harington.
role.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
there we
thank
go,
you.
Kit Harington, where he had the role in Eternals, where it teased Blade. Now that connection was somehow severed, and there's a lot of shit. Anyway, Fantastic Four has moved to May 2025, so it's going to be a little under 2 years before we see that. And then the Avengers Kang Dynasty has been delayed an entire year from May 2nd, 2025 to 2026. And Secret Wars, also 2026, got thrown back from 2026 to 2027. I'll tell you why I'm okay with these with these movements, right? So the whole meeting was to focus on quality over quantity. So with these, like, they're not rushing these. that's what I'm getting from this, right? They're not rushing these movies out anymore. They were rushing out the series, they were rushing out the movies, and we haven't even heard anything about the series. These are just the movies. They're going to let things, and I'm sure like with Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars, I'm sure that had to do a little bit with both the Jonathan Majors letting that shit breathe and extend itself. Also, the writer's strike, that's going to throw a wrench in a lot of these things because they want to make sure everything is good. So I'm sure all of it has, you know, a little bit to do with these decisions. But I'm relying on the fact that this is just the quality over quantity meeting that they had since Bob Iger came back, and these are the decisions that were made. I don't have it here, but I did see that also the Star Wars that movies set with Rey, those were pushed back an entire year as well. So those were pushed back a little bit too. So it's not just Marvel. It's Disney wide. Like they announced a bunch of shit for Disney. Sorry, I'm boring you, Dave.
No, you're good.
My bad.
Was there something going on? Like, where did all this MCU? Like, I just woke up today and there was all this shit on Twitter. You know, shit was pushed back. Like, was there any sort of not convention or like what the, you know, like it's not the D23 or anything like that. Like, is this just something that they're like, yeah, let's you know make this public today? Was there something that I missed or?
Yeah, I mean, there's no list that, you know, there's nothing here that just says that like there was some sort of event. I think it just Disney announced all of the
like
changes.
An internal call and then made it all public, that sort of thing.
And I think that all of this still has more to do with the writer's strike because not only did Star Wars move their movies, because there's 3 untitled Star Wars movies, again, like I mentioned, that were moved to December 2025, May 2026, and December 2026. But also the Avatar movies have been moved back a full year also. So Avatar 3 is moved to 2025, December of 2025. 4 was moved back to December of 2029. And Avatar 5 is moved back to 2031.
You guys know I always give Avatar movies a hard time and
I know
talk
this
shit about them.
for sure.
But have you guys seen the Avatar video game trailer?
Yeah.
It looks dope.
Fucking terrible. No.
No?
It looks bad.
No?
It looks so.
I saw screenshots.
It reminded me of like the Avengers MCU game, which I reluctantly spent $65 on to buy and played for all of 45 minutes before I stopped. Like this game just looks worse than the movie, which is not how you're going to sell a video game, but like it just didn't even look like it was fun. Like we saw a bunch of awesome kick-ass trailers this past week. Microsoft released a bunch of shit. We saw some fucking Star Wars open world shit, which was fucking. And then they're like, we have this Avatar game.
Dude.
And the Avatar just looked. I don't know if you guys watched. Johnny, did you watch any of the? Did you see any? Game? What did you think?
It was, it didn't excite me in
It just
any way.
looked
Like
like
I
a
just
ga-
don't
like,
care
yeah.
about the Avatar universe that much.
It looks like they pumped something out with Avatar on it.
Yeah, just there's
There's
no joy for. I am bothered that the Avatar 3 film is pushed back a whole fucking year. I was looking forward to that.
When does that all end?
Next year.
2031.
Especially since
Did
it was
get
like
pushed back to?
if I'm
the last one.
if I recall,
2031.
they filmed part 2 and part 3 together, didn't they?
They
Isn't
did.
part 3 already filmed?
I thought so. Yeah.
And that was the one, like they were waiting to see if they would release what they already filmed, which means that they're spending, like the Avatar thing doesn't seem like it's writers strike related because it's already written and filmed, right? So
At least mostly.
if anything, it's just like more time being spent on the CGI stuff.
Which is good.
That could be good.
I just wasn't excited about the video game. I
No, the
thought
video
for
game-
movies that really brought it graphically, you know, like I was
I'll be fair,
expecting a
most-
decent chunk more because I could still fuck with the game even though I don't fuck with the movies, and vice versa, where you fuck with the movie and not the game. But just looking at the game purely as a gamer and knowing what I like to play, all hate for Avatar aside, the game did not look good.
What is a good video game that was based on a movie?
That's the thing. There really isn't.
I don't know that there is.
No, there really is not. Like
The Karate Kid on the Nintendo
The
Entertainment
last
System?
one,
E.T.
no.
E.T. on Atari.
The last one that I really fucked with was Enter the Matrix.
And that was a trash game with Ghost.
but
There wasn't even a
I
main
fucked
Matrix
with it
character.
because-
I
in that
didn't say
game.
it was
Yeah, I
crazy
fucked
like
with
the
it because
story arc.
It was like it
Yeah, the
tied
bullet
into
time.
there was a lot of shit
bullet time
happening
and shit like that. Yeah.
But yeah, to be fair, the game was not that great.
No, I remember the Reservoir Dogs game, and you guys know I sweat
Oh.
Tarantino and
There's
Reservoir.
a Reservoir Dogs
Game for
Yes.
Reservoir Dogs.
Yes,
Yeah.
there was a Scarface game. Trash.
I do remember.
Bro.
the
I remember-
Scarface game. That was trash.
So many. Yeah, there's
I
not.
remember playing Who Framed Roger Rabbit back when on the NES when I was a kid.
What's the
That
best
sounds tight.
video game?
Does
based
it, Dave?
on
No,
a movie?
On the NES. bro.
there's no video, and honestly, no movie based on a video. Like, you know, there's a few now that you have Mario. Obviously, Mario's fucking. Sonic gets a lot of props, but movies based on video games and video games based on movies do not hold up.
No.
Spider-Man 2 is ranked number 1.
OG, I
No.
do remember hearing
Uh,
OG shit about that game.
I got it.
Spider-Man.
Number
No,
one.
the Spider-Man
Nope.
games were dope. They
There's
were
only
based on
one.
the.
Well, no,
Which one?
because I think Spider-Man 2 isn't that the one where you would literally swing from the sky?
Like N64.
No, that was the first one.
That was only on the first one.
The first one was literally swinging from the skies. That one was whack. But Spider-Man 2 was the one where it actually attached to like the buildings and like you can like
Okay,
if a
then, yeah,
helicopter
that-
was
that
passing
would
by,
probably be
you
number
can
one.
you can attach yourself to that.
that
That
was
was the
fire.
best. That was 100% the best movie video game.
I'm going to
adaptation.
challenge that. I think it's a tie.
Sure.
GoldenEye.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Todd. I forgot about GoldenEye.
Yes,
About GoldenEye.
okay. I'll give you
GoldenEye was 100% like
That was-
It was almost you were playing the movie.
That was the
movie
first
wasn't in first person.
person shooter, right?
It
that
was a first person shooter, yeah. But it was, you did like you started
That's still
off doing
goated.
the dive off the dam just the same exact way the movie started. There was a little bit of a storyline in the game. I mean, obviously, what made GoldenEye fun was all the multiplayer and the PvP stuff that was just kicking off. But it was the most accurate to a video game and the most fun, I think.
Sure.
Yeah.
Except
Yeah,
for
no,
the Golden
that's-
Gun, I don't think that was in.
That has to be
GoldenEye, but-
the best video game for sure. Adaptation of a movie because there would be no Call of Duty or any of those without the addiction
that's
to
Doom,
GoldenEye.
That's Wolfenstein. Those all did the first
That's
person
true, too.
shooter before.
Oh, that's true. That's
before
true, too.
GoldenEye. Like that's
Yes,
not a
but
thing.
not PvP.
but not to the point of like, yo, we would all play. When I think of Call of Duty, I think of GoldenEye. I don't think of Doom. I don't think of fucking Duke Nukem. I don't think of those OG first-person shooters where you're just shooting aliens. I think of us playing with our boys, like same shit we would do with Halo, like all of that shit.
split screen.
All started with GoldenEye.
For sure.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I would agree with that. But very close second, I would say Spider-Man, because that game was the shit, and that made way for the. Because honestly, I think Spider-Man games sucked after that, and then we came out with that new Spider-Man that came out for PS4,
Spider-Man, yeah.
and that brought it right back to what Spider-Man 2 was. So
Yeah.
yes.
In a distant third, I will say, because I remember it being fun, you know, in context of the time, the Aladdin game was actually
The Aladdin game
that was good.
it was
hard,
actually
That was good,
a
but
really
it was
good
hard.
video game. It was hard, yeah.
I also had the Surf Ninjas game, and that was
That was not as good as Aladdin.
Well, no, it wasn't as good, but it was dope because Surf Ninjas, like that was part of the movie where he had the Game Gear and whatever he did in the game happened in real life and shit. Like,
Yo, I gotta go back and watch Surf Ninjas. Liam Neeson was in Surf Ninjas.
Yeah,
bro.
Liam Neeson, fucking what's his name?
Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider. Yeah.
Bruh. Bruh. Was it Keno
shit.
from Ninja Turtles? Wasn't he?
Yeah.
was in that too, right?
Ernie Reyes Jr.
Ernie Reyes Jr.
Yeah.
Homie Ernie Reyes. Did he
Yes,
like something?
and-
Did he like a podcast thing that we?
He did. He liked
showed
some
some
shit
love.
that we posted. Yeah.
Ernie Reyes.
And it was his dad. His dad actually played in Surf Ninjas.
Yeah.
It was his dad who played it was like an elder ninja dude that led them on there. And
our Twitch
yeah,
video. When
that was
we
my
get
shit. That was
when
my
we get
shit
the
when I was
Twitch
growing
video watching. We gotta watch Surf Ninjas again and
Yeah.
Three Ninjas.
Three Ninjas.
Three
was my shit.
Ninjas. Three Ninjas kick back after that shit.
Yeah.
'Cause Three
Rocky
Ninjas
loves Emily for sure,
fuck.
forever.
Rocky Tum Tum.
Yes.
Colt.
Before we go into too much of a tangent, since we mentioned it
too late.
already, and we're talking about movies that are based off of video games, of course, with Super Mario's success. There's a report going out that The Legend of Zelda is being worked on right now as a movie.
I think that's dope, and I think it'll do well, but it's not going to hit that Mario level. As a kid, I remember trying to fuck with Zelda, and it confused the fuck out of me. Like on Nintendo, I tried to play Ocarina of Time on N64.
I fucked with Ocarina of Time.
As a younger kid, where I feel like I would get to a point where like I would get stuck because it was a very weird open world, that you weren't playing a lot at that time.
Yeah.
And I thought that this was fucking way too hard, and I could never get into Zelda until like Breath of the Wild came out on Switch.
I haven't
And
played that
Even
one.
then, I ran into the same thing. I was like, yo, there's a lot here. Like, I was a grown-ass man when I played fucking Breath of the Wild, and I was like, I'm going to stop playing this because there's just so much stuff here that I don't want
I might put my
it.
kids onto Breath of the Wild because my son loves. He has his Switch and he has like all the Mario games, so he's really into Mario.
Yeah.
He loves Sonic, so he has all the Sonic games. But that's one I
That'd be
think
a
that he
good
could just get
game.
lost
Okay.
in. And,
Wholesome,
and fuck
clean.
with it.
You don't got to worry about him hearing some wild shit
Right.
Correct. Yeah.
in that game.
I mean that's just on his Switch right now on his tablet though. He's playing that Roblox. He's playing.
Oh, so he's getting all the dirty shit anyway.
Yeah. So he's into some like scary games type shit.
Roblox be wild, yo.
Yeah,
It
yo,
goes from like the most kiddie shit to the most adult shit, mad quick.
word. He sometimes he comes out with shit where I'm just like, bro,
Yeah.
the fuck did you hear that shit?
Roblox.
Yeah. So yeah, I tried. I was fucking with his and Alani's settings. My oldest daughter, and just kind of just like try to
Lock them
bring
down.
it down a little bit. Yeah, just on the Roblox, I went down and I was just like, all right, let me try to lessen it, a little bit more, just
Age-gate
because.
it.
A little bit. I also I'm right there where it's like, yeah, I want to shield my kids from shit, but also like as long as it's not like,
Not over shield them.
yeah, like I want them to like right now, right? He knows because he watches YouTube and he watches all of these things through Roblox, right? He knows who Pennywise is. And he knows it, right? And my girl's like, how do you know? Like, Pennywise is really scary. You don't want to. And I'm like, oh, so you're kind of interested in Penny? You want to watch it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, you really think you want to watch it? I'll watch it with you. Like, and my girl's like,
if you're gonna watch it with them, that's straight.
Don't. Yeah, my girl's like, no, you're gonna scare her. I was like, but I'm saying, like, I know
if he's interested.
I know people who they were interested, like my cousins. I have friends who they were interested in horror shit and never shielded their kids from horror shit. And like their favorite movies are like Child's Play as a kid. Yeah. Right? Child's Play and all of these horror movies. If you shield them from these things, they will be scared of these things.
Right. If you make it a big deal, they'll make it a big deal. If you don't make it a big deal, they'll be like, oh, whatever. It's a scary movie.
Right. I try to tell them all the time. Like, we could watch it, but I want you to know that these are movies. These are actors. They dress up in makeup and they act these things out. And yes, while it seems scary, it's not real, and I want you to know that. That's my train of thought. But you gotta combat mom on this.
That's how I would be.
On this.
That's how I would be. I would be 100% if I had kids and they wanted to watch legit scary movies. I would break it down and let them know. Do you guys remember the first movie you watched where you realized that like movies weren't real? Like, that like you were being manipulated. You only saw what they wanted you to see, and you're like, wow, this isn't just like, because when you're a kid and you're watching a movie, like as far as you're concerned, it could be real life, somebody just recording it somewhere, but you have that moment where you're like, somebody wrote this, like this is all fake. Somebody's recording it. This isn't happening. Like they're manipulating you. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
I can't remember a specific like movie that told me that, like what the one that exposed me to that.
Certain age you hit where you're like, okay, I get this. I know.
Yeah. Like I told you, like from a very early age, my dad was just like, oh, you got to watch this movie. Right. And it was all like the hustler movies, but so I always kind of had an understanding of what movies were. And I just had a love for movies. And my dad would always, when we would watch it, he'd be like, the producer does this and the director is this, and you know what I mean? So I kind of had that understanding, and I want to pass that down to my kids to just like have an understanding of that. But I can't remember, like I can't pinpoint the movie that like really where it like sunk in, like this is, it's a production.
I think the first time, and I honestly, I don't remember a singular movie, but I feel like the first time I saw some like behind the scenes shit or some bloopers after something, I was like, oh shit, like they're having fun. Like they're having a good time. Like, this is what they
Those are always the best.
See. Yeah, for sure.
Those are always the best.
Might have been Howard the Duck for me.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I could see that too. Before we get out of there, out of Hollywood, I mentioned it earlier. I saw Spider-Man Across the Universe twice. And, bro, that movie is so fucking dope. I obviously, I can't get into spoilers because I will spoil not so much for the listeners, but I will spoil it for y'all. And there is a lot to get into that I wish that y'all jumped on it so that we can talk about it more and everything. Like there's so much shit. There's so much foreshadowing from the first movie that actually comes into this one. And we see so many Spider-Men. There's a ton of things that show up, cameos. Like there's so many implications for the Spiderverse as a whole. And it's just dope as fuck. But the reason why, since I can't get all the way into it, but the reason why I also bring it up is because the voice actor is Shamik Moore. He's played in some other things. He played RZA in the Wu-Tang Story, and he's played a couple other things, bigger projects. So he's not a nobody, but he's also like,
I mean, if the first thing you call out is him playing RZA in the Wu-Tang
not RZA, I'm sorry. Yeah.
RZA on Hulu, right?
He wasn't RZA. He's what the hell is his name on that show? Raekwon. He plays Raekwon.
Even less.
Yeah, that's worse than RZA.
like-
What? Raekwon? You don't
I mean,
know
I
fucking
know
Raekwon.
I know the
Raekwon,
real Raekwon.
I know RZA, but the Hulu show,
Sure. No, I get what you're saying.
that's his biggest thing. He is a nobody. Like
He's kind of a nobody.
semi-nobody.
I've seen a few like a bunch of projects with him in it, so he's not a nobody to me.
I'm a nobody.
Like I would know.
He's
I would know-
a little bit of a somebody.
Yeah, like
Right.
an F-list actor.
Sure. I mean, he's not A-list. I didn't say he was A-list.
I know, yeah, I know you're not saying A-list, but I don't even
Right.
think he's like a B-list at this point.
Yeah, I saw the Get Down. I saw Dope. There's a few things that he was a part of, but either way, he really made a name for himself with the first movie, and obviously this movie is become even more than the first movie. I think it's like doubled what the first movie made in general. It's like doubled it by now, but so he's in my opinion, he's kind of jumping the gun because he's got to be like 30 something, right? And he's apparently
What is he saying?
he came out and he put out, he said, time to lose weight so y'all can see Miles Morales more clearly, like implying
He thinks
that
he's gonna do a
that
live
he,
Miles
action.
that he
Morales?
thinks he's gonna play Miles Morales in the real MCU. If and
Yeah, good
I'm
luck
like,
with that, bro.
Miles Morales is supposed to be a teenager, bro. You're not gonna pass as a fucking teenager, dude.
Yeah, good luck with that.
And also you brought up, I think before we started recording, Dave, who else was gonna play, or she's gonna play Gwen Stacy?
Oh, Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah, Haley Steinfeld. There we go. Yeah, so she's also kind of implying that she's gonna try to play
Be the live action version.
Yeah, and
Either
like
they know something we don't, or they're just way out of
I don't
touch
think so.
with-
I mean,
with
she's
where this is
already
going.
Kate Bishop. How the hell could she be Kate Bishop and Gwen Stacy?
you know what? And in this movie, Spider-Man 2099 is played by Oscar Isaac. How is he gonna be?
He's
Which
Moon
I could
Knight?
see
He's
the
Moon Knight?
transition.
Yeah.
Yes, he is Moon Knight, which I could see him, transitioning into this character. But then you brought up the good point of, is this Sony? Is this MCU?
Oh, yeah.
So if it's the Sony verse,
That would suck.
it would
if
suck.
they
Yeah, I would
did
not
the
look
Miles
forward to
Morales
this.
and didn't include it in the MCU.
The new Spider-Man game that's coming out, that's supposed to drop like the end of this year or something.
Miles Morales joint?
That's supposed to be the end of the Miles Morales storyline, according to whoever made that game.
But that's the game.
Right, but I mean, I figured, like, why would they kill Miles Morales in the game and then keep him in other shit? I don't know. It feels.
I
like
don't think that they're gonna kill him in the game.
not like literally.
doesn't necessarily
kill him.
mean
not,
that.
Not necessarily kill him off, but just like end the Miles Morales story arc.
Yeah, but that's the game, bro.
Yeah, it's the
like we're
game.
talking
I
about.
think it's like-
yeah,
The game is. I think what happened is he grew a life of its own in that the game was Spider-Man. Then they introduced Miles Morales. Peter Parker Spider-Man. Then they introduced Miles Morales, and suddenly everyone wants to play as Miles Morales. And they're like, all right, we'll give you guys Miles Morales, but we're going to bring this shit back to Peter Parker because that's what this game is really all about.
right.
The white guy.
I mean, sure, but I think I think like Waka is saying, they're not related. But still,
I mean,
I think
again,
more
this is-
off. Like, who the fuck is these
Who's-
people
who's
thinking that the
clamoring?
voice actors are going to become live actors? Like, no, that's not how it works.
I mean, but there's a lot of again, like you guys didn't watch the fucking movie, so I can't really go into any kind of details. But there are some things that kind of imply like that these worlds all kind of live interdimensionally, like you know what I mean? Like there's
It's a multiverse.
yeah, it's a multiverse, and like they can jump into the Sony verse. They can jump into the MCU. They can jump into multiple things. Mainly the Sonyverse, but actually, no. It could jump literally anywhere where Spider-Man is. So, but I'll tell you one thing. If you want to bring this up, Johnny, go on IMDb. And I saw this from somebody that I do trust, and look up Miles Brown. He's an actor from Blackish. If they do make a Miles Morales live action movie, this kid better be fucking Miles Morales, bro. He sounds like him, looks like him, and everything. Like, as soon as you see it there,
the kid from Blackish.
Yeah.
Huh.
He looks just like Miles Morales.
I mean,
but
you got the vibe.
He has the vibe. He's a teenager, looks just like him.
He's got the haircut.
Yeah, he has the haircut. I mean, the haircut anybody can have the fucking haircut, but still, I'm just saying.
Most of these photos are young.
Just that main photo, the main one that he has looks enough like him where you could validate that. He looks like he would be a dope ass Miles Morales live action. There are some people were saying that by the time that the Secret Wars comes in, Miles Morales is actually seasoned. He's older, so it could work with the voice actor. And he's if he did come into the MCU, he would be a little bit older, and he would be he wouldn't be the Miles Morales we got in the animated movie.
Nobody wants to see that as much as they don't want to see Peter B. Parker in the MCU either, right? Like, nobody wants to see these old, dejected versions of their favorite characters. Maybe the only old dejected character people really want to see is Walk's favorite.
Who's my favorite?
Batman Beyond.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's
and we're
the
gonna
only
see the OG Batman.
We'll kind of get that in the Flash, yeah.
Right. So,
but yeah, I don't think anybody wants to see.
Y'all got your Flash
30-year-old
tickets
Miles Morales
for this weekend?
Absolutely not.
I don't have my tickets.
Rock is too busy watching Spiderverse 5 times.
Wow, the fourth viewing instead of the Flash.
No.
I have to go see Little Mermaid again, so
I'm only waiting because I want to see if my girl wants to see it. So I'd have to cop her a ticket. And when we saw Spider-Man both times, Xander expressed interest in wanting to see the Flash. So I'm going to ask her
to catch him up on everything else.
I'm like,
he doesn't care. He just wants
everything.
to see. He wants to see the Flash. He saw Spider-Man in the trailer. He saw, like, those are the things that, stuck out to him. So he wants to watch it, and he gets excited every time he sees the trailer. So now I'm going to talk to her and say, hey, do you want to watch this? Xander seems like he wants to watch it. So if you do, like, I need to find a babysitter for the baby. But if you don't, then
I'm going to take him.
Yeah, I'm taking Xander, and we're going to go watch this movie.
So I'm going to see this movie before all y'all.
I'm going to try. What, are you seeing it this weekend?
I am going to see it this weekend, yeah.
Oh, shit.
You got your
you
tickets?
are watching it before us then. I'm going to try to watch it sometime in the middle of next week.
First of all, let me throw out there that Dave does not watch movies before Saturday, so I'm sure I'm probably going to watch it before him.
Friday night.
What, Friday night?
What?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm a Thursday guy. So.
You're a Thursday morning guy, we know.
If I have the day off, yes, I'm a Thursday morning guy.
Breakfast sandwich and a movie.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Get that matinee price.
Jelly.
Yeah. Oh man. So I don't know. I'm definitely gonna watch it this week, and I'm aiming for Thursday, even though I don't have my tickets. Whatever.
Just out of spite at this point.
Yeah, but just to get back to the conversation, I don't know. This dude playing Miles Morales, it would make sense if I knew more of that story arc, as far as like when it gets to the point of, him possibly being an older, seasoned Miles Morales during the Secret Wars and all of that. If I knew a little bit more about that, I'd probably be like okay with that. He's not in the MCU, so I'm already good with that. Like, as long as it doesn't, if he's not playing a teenage Miles Morales, which that's what he is in the cartoon, I'm good with it. If he's older, blah blah blah. But if we're getting like a live action Miles Morales, like, interweaving into this current story that's going on into a live action version, nah, bro. You need to sit the fuck down on that. Like, sit the fuck back, bro. You look way too old.
Agreed.
Word. Y'all got any news to bring up? Any wild shit that's happened this past week?
Wild shit.
It ain't got to be wild, but as long as we can have a conversation about it.
I mean, wild is maybe relative, but I don't know if you want to. What's his face? Trumpito was the first president to ever get federal charges put up against him. Again,
Will he see jail time,
37 counts.
37 counts. That's a lot. He's got to get found.
That is a lot.
One of them, right? Like, just one. I heard just one he could be in prison for a long time. Is that true? Or was I mistaken?
Yeah. No, I mean, there's so many things that people, as far as what on the maximum, yeah, absolutely. I think each charge is like maximum 10 years.
370 years in prison.
I mean, I don't know that he will ever see that time, but
Give me one. Just give him one fucking charge. Let me see
I
that
wouldn't mind
cocksucker
seeing
in prison.
one.
Oh, could you imagine that? Just knowing that I would wake up like fucking Christmas. Like, oh, today's the day.
Just going back to what conversation we had previously, right? Imagine he does get indicted. He goes to jail, right? And he gets arrested, blah, blah, blah. He gets served a shit ton of years. And he still earns a spot.
Gets elected?
Gets elected as the president.
At that point, I'd respect it. If my man got elected from prison.
Sure, yeah. I would respect it, but still, how, like, no one thought of this in the millennial bingo card of the shit that we would see than a fucking president that's serving his term in prison.
No, that's idiocracy for sure.
Yo, it would be insanity, but I kind of also want to see it.
I mean, I want to see a dude in prison a person in prison get elected and then pardon themselves to get out of prison.
Yes.
I would respect that even more.
Yo,
if he pulled that shit off.
I can't stand the dude, but if he pulls that shit off, hats off to him, bro.
Fucking A.
That would be the wildest shit. We've seen a lot of shit in our years. Mm-hmm. That would be the wildest shit that we have ever experienced.
Absolutely.
And yo, it's not too far off.
No. It's coming quicker than we think. Before Kang Dynasty.
I think that would I'd be more surprised at that than I would if they say, like, legit, we get accurate video footage of a fucking alien landing and, the president pardons himself and then goes straight to the mothership to speak to the alien. Like that's the only thing that would, like, really make my jaw drop.
Right.
And we're really close to that, apparently.
Apparently, yes.
Feels like
aliens are visiting Las Vegas.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
As
all
we
kind of
speak.
shit.
I mean, speaking of wild shit happening in Miami, Walk's other favorite conversation topic, sports ball.
Okay. I'm okay with sports ball.
only
I thought
be-
you were gonna go into DeSantis.
No.
My head was gonna fucking explode.
No, moving off of politics, but still in Miami.
Sure.
I only bring it up because it's the biggest story in sports, mostly because he's the biggest player in all of sports.
Messi.
Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi. Is just leaving the highest levels of football. Apparently, reportedly, turned down $1.4 billion from the Saudis. And was just like, no, my family will not move to Saudi Arabia. My wife and kids have no plans to move there. Sure. And instead decided to finally, I call it retire, because he's going to play in the MLS. He's going to come to Miami. He's going to play in the MLS. And he's getting a fucking fat-ass deal. Like, he's getting money from Miami, who's, by the way, if you're not aware, is partly owned by David Beckham. He's going to get money to play, but then he's also getting revenue share from Adidas for all jerseys sold in MLS. Like, not just his jersey.
Not just his jersey.
All MLS
All
jerseys.
Nice.
And he's getting a cut from Apple for all Apple TV MLS subscriptions.
Jesus. I mean,
So he might
not
still end
haters.
up making $1 billion off of this move.
The sickest deal of all time. Yes.
Yes. Kudos to
Props
the guy.
for him.
Yep.
I saw on Twitter someone likened this to a sports star, turning down a contract with the Yankees to go play AA ball in like Idaho somewhere, basically, but still bringing home a fat fucking check and taking care of his family, which you can't fault the guy for. But I mean, I'm not a big soccer guy. I know Johnny's the soccer guy, so this doesn't really affect me, but good for him getting his bread, doing what he wants, taking care of the fam, all of the above.
I mean, he literally said, and this is why I said it's kind of like a retirement, because he basically said that he was going to compete in a league with fewer demands and further away from the spotlight and the pressure.
Sure.
He's just, he's just shitting on,
The Saudis.
He's definitely shitting on the
What's
Saudis.
that league? What's that league? that
But he's
the
shitting
Saudis
on the league he's jumping into also.
I mean,
like saying this is.
I don't even know what the Saudi league is called.
are with you pussies over here.
Yeah, like no. I'm gonna take this because I'm still gonna be rich.
Yeah.
But also there's nowhere near as much effort.
Yeah. So his quote is, after winning the World Cup and not being able to return to Barcelona, he had a big falling out with the ownership at Barcelona. It was my turn to go to the League of the United States to live football in another way and to enjoy the day-to-day more. Obviously, with the same responsibility and desire to play well and do things as always, but in a calmer way. I was like, yo, my man make the MLS sound like a vacation retirement.
I mean, at the end of the day, though, is he wrong?
He's not, but
No.
it's still, you're supposed to like hype it up instead of tearing it down. And he basically was like, yeah, if you want to see me, you could see me in my subprime years, but don't expect a World Cup level football coming out of Inter Miami.
This is the sports equivalent of like a Vegas residency, where he's
Tom
just-
Brady going to the
phoning it in
XFL.
night after night.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Tom Brady deciding, like, you know what? I'm going to join the XFL because they're going to pay me a shit ton of money.
1000%, that's exactly what it is.
Arena football. He's going to go play
Yeah.
arena football in
Yeah,
Phoenix,
exactly.
Arizona somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rochester, the
For a
Rochester, what was
Raging
that?
Rhinos. He's going to go
Yeah,
play
the-
soccer for the Rhinos.
Oh, man.
Yeah. But, again, shout out to the king. He got that bag, so he
Hey.
good.
What
yeah.
is his nationality? What is
Congrats.
what is-
Argentine.
he's Argentinian?
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, didn't he just looks like a white dude. Like I've never heard him
that's
speak.
what Argentinians look
I wasn't
like.
sure what he actually was.
Yeah.
Most Argentines just look like white dudes.
Hey,
Most of them.
God bless 'em.
Not all of them. You get your Maradonas every now and then.
Are you saying God bless him because he looks like a white dude, Dave? That's racist,
that's
bro.
100%. Yeah, you got that.
Fuck.
Bless his white heart.
That's a drop.
Messi fucks. Props to him for doing.
Yeah, no, that's
What's right by
that's
him.
dope. That's dope.
No, for sure.
Yo, since we're talking about wild ass shit, right? We can't go the episode without bringing this up.
Uh-oh.
My man Bill Murray is
shit.
banging Kelis.
Milkshake, right? My
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
Yep.
Yes, my man is
I
that's
see somebody
currently the
say
rumor.
she got that spoiled milkshake now. She bringing Bill
Yeah,
Murray to the yard.
I mean,
Did she date Nas? Weren't they together? Her.
she
and
did.
Nas?
Yeah, she was
At the
married.
beginning,
I
yeah.
think she was married to Nas.
I think they were
Who would've-
married, yeah.
Who would have thought that Bill Murray would be smashing Nas's
Nas's
Who would
ex-wife.
have called that, son?
No one, bro. No
No,
one.
that's wild.
But she's also I could have sworn like years ago she like something was going on where she wasn't
All there?
all there.
Yeah.
Now that's Doja Cat.
Yeah, but you know, Kelis is still worth a few million, so she's not just
Is
like
she?
somebody. Yeah, I want to say she was married to somebody. She was like after Nas, she was with her husband, and then apparently like he died a few years ago and whatnot. And
Oh,
now,
so she got his money?
I guess.
Like, well,
I
where
don't
the
know.
fuck she got
I'm
money
not
from?
putting that
'Cause
out there,
she
but,
only had one
I don't know.
song.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes when you're in that, I mean, just because we know that she's, we know one song, they put out music, but yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I don't know who her husband was and what his net worth was, but I know that she currently resides in California on a ranch worth $3 million. So she's not exactly broke, but I also know that Bill Murray is worth over $180 million. So, more power to her.
Oh, no, yeah.
Would you fuck with that sex tape if it dropped?
I would have to look at it.
I mean, you have to watch it, right? Like, you're not
I would
gonna
have to
not
look
watch
at
it.
Yeah. I can't just I can't know that shit exists and not watch it once.
That's facts.
Yeah, that's a 1,000%.
I was just
See,
curious. That was just for my own curiosity, guys. That doesn't.
Bill Murray's old balls just smacking that ass. No, can't.
Can't not watch
I'd
that.
cringe. I'd cringe
You make it
at
sound
watching
so
it,
good.
but I can't not watch it.
Johnny, you peeping that?
I don't know, man.
I
He's
send
watching
it to
it.
the
He's
group
watching
I
it.
chat.
guess out
You're
of
gonna
morbid
peep it.
curiosity, but
That's all it is. No
Yeah,
one's cranking
that's all
one
it
out.
is.
You don't have to jerk off, dude. Just,
Yeah.
You got to see what's up.
You're not cranking, and I mean, you might be inspired mid-episode,
I mean,
depending
yeah, maybe you go
mid-viewing,
Afterwards, to crank
depending
it.
on how it looks. But
But you're
you
not
know.
thinking about Bill Murray's old balls.
nah. Imagine Bill Murray is hung as fuck.
I always imagined that. It's funny you say that.
Yo, can you imagine if you watch this sex tape with Bill Murray and he has a pearl?
Peter Venkman, the Venkman pearl. I would not be surprised, honestly. I
A
don't think that
Bankman
would
pearl,
be-
yeah.
that's
I like
an episode.
I like that thought.
That's why I enunciated it very clearly. I was like, the Venkman.
Oh man. That would be wild. So.
Yeah, I would get a bigger pearl. I would out pearl him.
You would out
It would be a jawbreaker. Remember the jawbreakers that we would all suck on? Put one of those at the tip of my cock. Just a big fucking jawbreaker.
For some reason you stating remember the jawbreakers that we all sucked. I'm putting that on my cock. It's a really wild statement. son.
You remember
Oh,
those.
my
Don't even
God.
play. Don't even deflect, son. I know you remember them shit. Don't even play with this audience right now. They know. Okay? Okay. It's like that. Okay.
Oh shit. Why do we have the stupidest conversations sometimes? It's great.
It's been a heavy Dick Pearl episode.
Since we're laughing, bro, Johnny, I want to put you on to
Dick Pearls.
Dick Pearls. Speaking about Dick Pearls, and while we laugh, bro, yo, pull this up, Johnny. You got to look up fucking Kermit on Omegle.
Oh yes.
Ah.
Famous.
You could look it up on YouTube. You could look it up randomly, whatever, bro. But this shit,
You
baby.
Okay.
You guys up for a threesome or?
Yeah, Kermit.
Damn.
Kermit.
Big fan.
Thank you.
I'm a really big fan. I'm just.
Oh!
What's going on, bro?
this is BGC, son.
I'm wearing a mask, bro. I don't want to get COVID on here. You know what I'm saying? Bro, you're making me laugh. Quit it. How you doing?
Why is your camera so HD?
I don't know. What you doing on Omegle? Oh no. Oh damn.
Oh, damn.
You got that dump truck, eh? Come in here. Can I rap for you guys? It's pretty cooler than a bowl of ice cream. Steady stacking bread because you know I like green. Got a bunch of groupies that show up on my screen, but I ain't fucking with them unless they show me ID and they over 19. Yeah. You guys have a threesome or?
No thanks.
Oh.
It's
Oh.
just creepy.
Oh. You never been with a frog before?
No.
Huh.
And I'm not looking forward.
Huh. Well, I'm a frog with a log, you know? I'm a frog, but I'm hung like a horse. Here, check it out. Look at the size of this thing.
Yeah.
Here.
Oh my god.
You look ugly as shit, bruh.
Bro, you're one to talk. You look Amish or something. Plow the field, bro.
Go plow the
From,
Feel the
fields.
burn.
Piggy.
You got the town. You know what I'm saying?
She's at it. Are you cheating on Miss Piggy?
Pretty much.
Pretty much with who? Which other Muppet?
No one just on here on Omegle showing girls my penis. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, can we see?
Sure.
Not. Oh.
Yo, the green cock though gets them every time.
Yo, the
cucumber
BGC,
cock.
son. The
big
BGC.
green cock.
For those of you listening and not watching on YouTube,
Oh my god.
go watch it on YouTube.
Go watch it on YouTube.
Go watch us on YouTube.
I only saw a couple of those, and it's usually just him pulling out like the cucumber dick.
Yeah. No, there's somewhere where like as they enter the Omegle chat, he's like pretending like he's jerking, and then he stops and looks at them. They're like, "Wait, were you just?" Yeah, sure.
That was a good Kermit voice.
Can I finish? You've like fucking squirt everywhere. Shit is hilarious. I don't know why. I just fucking went down that rabbit hole. That's because of fucking TikTok.
Hey,
He
yo.
has a big fucking following on TikTok. This shit is hilarious. Yeah, bitches love the BGC, son.
The BGC.
Do y'all have anything to add to this conversation?
Whoa, wait, what conversation?
The stellar
Oh,
conversation.
that one?
Oh, that's
I
what
did
it
not,
is.
I did not.
What the fuck was it that y'all said last week?
Sterling.
The
The Sterling conversation.
It's like Sterling,
What
really?
the fuck?
Sure, let's
We
go
still
with
were
that.
on the fence, though. It was close. It was close.
Johnny was like, yeah, that's definitely not it, but sure, we'll go with that.
It was close enough that Johnny was like, fuck it. We'll go with that for now till we
Oh,
figure out what
man.
it really is.
You ain't break out. You don't have any more news? Plibs, Johnny?
Ted Kaczynski died, killed himself.
Ooh, Unabomber. Hung himself
Unabomber.
after all these years, right? It was I heard that he was found hung. He hanged himself in his cell.
Hanging. I know they found him dead, and
Yeah.
it was suicide. I didn't know it was hanging.
I read earlier today that it was a hanging.
I'm wondering
why
if.
would he wait so long?
Well, so I remember as I was reading about like his history, one of his big things that. So he was like a genius, like a Harvard math guru.
Very, very smart guy. Yep.
Very, very smart person. And a lot of his reasons for bombing as the Unabomber, he was like very anti-tech, and he was saying that like tech was gonna kill us all and ruin us. And so I'm wondering if it was the Vision Pro.
And
He was like, "It's over, guys. There's no turning back." This is over.
This is where we go out. That's funny.
It could be that fucking AI. Like, take your pick, bro. We've
got him
seen so
fucked
much
up.
shit.
Oh, did you guys see that? Speaking of AI, did you see that one AI video? Because now, so we've had ChatGPT for a while. We've had text to image with Midjourney and Adobe Firefly, and now text to video is growing in popularity.
Really?
Did you guys see the? Someone made an ad for the Toronto Blue Jays using text to video. Did you see that?
No.
Look how this shit turned out. This is wild. Let me see if I can pull this up here.
Text to video.
All right, yeah. For those of you listening, you're just gonna have to watch it because the video has just got a what's it, Randy Newman type song. I think it might be the actual like Blue Jays.
Oh, I
like,
see.
Cheers song, but basically this is text to video, so it will create video based off what you write in the text prompts.
I've seen this like with like Pizza Hut or there was like a pizza commercial that was just like
It looks
fucking
fucked up, right?
Yeah, it was so fucked up.
The faces were weird. The hands are weird. Yeah, it was weird.
I mean, look at the dude on the right.
So it starts off a little normal,
somewhat,
and then there's just weirdness.
It's
a lot of
weird,
weirdness,
bro.
Okay. Weirder. And then
Kids drinking beer.
What the fuck? What the
fuck?
Oh man.
Those are like my dreams at night.
Yo.
That's a explosion.
The explosion at the stadium? I don't know where that's
That's
coming
not
from.
even a Blue Jay right there.
No, that's not the logo.
No, it was definitely not the Blue Jays logo. It was close, but yeah.
Yeah, no, that's...
It started
people
weird.
Are worried about AI taking over writers' jobs and shit, and this is the bullshit that we fucking see. I'm not worried about shit.
Oh, there's this dude that it constantly pops up on my Twitter For You page who's like, he'll start off with like oh my God, have you guys seen the latest in AI text to video? Movie directors are, like he says it the same way that most people are like, Hollywood is doomed.
Right.
Directors and writers are going to have to find a new job.
I saw the same thing in my Twitter. I know exactly what you're talking about.
And then it's a thread, and it's just the worst AI text to videos.
It was the pizza video. I think he commented something on the pizza video. It's like, you guys better watch out. AI is
that
coming
pizza
for
video
ya.
is
And
horrible,
it was just
son.
Brutal.
Oh,
that
man,
pizza video
it's
is a thing of nightmares, just
It's
like
terrifying.
the video you just showed.
Yes.
A thing of nightmares. That's nightmare fuel for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that pizza one?
I'm pretty sure I did, yeah.
It was bad.
it's
AI
really
has a
fucking
really
bad.
hard time with hands in particular. That's
Yes,
like the
yes.
telltale
Even on the
giveaway is-
photos.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah. No, that's the worst part of it. because I had that post which I think we lost like a good 10 people after I posted it.
Oh, for the Cinnabon?
generative fill, the Photoshop one.
Yeah.
That tracks. We lost a good
those were
10,
spam
15
accounts.
people.
Those are just spam accounts that get deleted.
Yeah,
we don't
for
lose
sure.
actual.
I
Those are
mean,
the TikTok bots.
no, it was. I mean, even if we lost them, that was just hilarious. That after I posted that, it was like a significant. It was like a good 10. We got out of the hundreds and followers. I thought that was hilarious. But anyway, yeah. So like even with that generative fill and stuff, like that's the worst part. Is like sometimes it'll give me like it'll show their hands and their hands look all wonky, or it's all like blurred, like all mashed up together, and I'm like, oh, regenerate. I got to do it again, because the hands is the worst part. I've been playing a lot with fucking AI now.
Yeah.
With Mid Journey and that shit. It's great. It's fun.
It is fun.
Yeah, and you get all the fucking people crying about fucking AI. It's like, whatever.
They took our jobs.
Yeah, whatever. Son. That's the thing when it comes to AI or anything that's new. It's like I get it. Like if you're in that industry and you are an artist, like a physical artist, where you're drawing shit, I get where you can be scared for this taking your job, right? But you could do that, or you could learn to fucking adapt, because once this is mainstream like that, you can try to do whatever the fuck you want, but it's not going to go away. And you could either, fight it or learn to use it to your advantage.
It's like Boss Logic. I feel like he has a good, when we got to chat with him.
Yeah.
I feel like he had a very good outlook where, it's one of the many tools that artists can use, but it's not the end all be all of, the future.
No,
of
because,
art.
we like, again, I've been fucking with it and we've been fucking with it and shit like that. And we try to do different things. It's not perfect.
Right.
It's not perfect. However, like the things that I use AI art for, I wouldn't pay a fucking artist to do anyway.
No.
It's just something it's something that helps it, just make my job a little bit easier.
Right.
When it comes to certain things, I know, people who are into photography and shit like that, who just don't want to look for, don't want to schedule a friend to fucking pose for this one thing, when they can just create an AI image and put it in there, and then they know how to fuck with the image to be what they want it to be. They weren't paying the person to begin with. So it's like, if we want to pay a real artist, we will. And if we want to use a new technology like that to our advantage, we will. Like, I'm not going to publish a children's book off of this shit. If I can figure it out, I probably would. But I would label it, generated by AI art or some shit like that. I wouldn't take credit for the art on that if I didn't do it myself. But anyway.
That's fair.
All right, now, do you have anything else to add to this stellar conversation?
Excellent question. Not
because
sure.
I have no other choice.
I have to be gay?
Oh, man. Okay, so I'm going to assume that's a no.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah,
Sterling conversation.
Sterling conversation. How the fuck did you think that it was sterling?
Am I that far off?
You weren't that far off, but
that's all he
sterling.
He got the
he got the
That's
stuff.
it.
He got the
That's it.
stuff. All right, I'll give you that. I'll give you that, my guy.
I'm a
All
simple guy.
Guys, thank you so much for making it this far. Or let me do it in Johnny's voice when he's imitating me.
Captain Marvel got changed to blah, blah, blah. Fuck that.
Guys, if you made it this far into the episode, you fuck with us, so that means we fuck with
you.
thank you so much for supporting us and whatnot. So if you enjoy the content, please give us a thumbs up. Tell your friends and family about us. And just spread the word. That's going to be the best way that you can support this podcast and help us grow so that we can make this our main jobs and we can give you better content, right? All we have to do is focus on this.
Oh, that'd be so tight.
That's it.
Facts, big facts. So yeah, give us a rating, give us a review wherever it is that you watch or listen to the podcast. Subscribe to it if you haven't already, but if you are here, you subscribe to it. If you want to cop some dope merch, go to insensitivemerch.com and stay drippy with Drippy, right? We have some dope ass casual nerd hoodies that need to get copped. They're getting, people are stopping us everywhere saying, yo, those are dope.
They can't
those
get
are
enough of
dope. So yeah, go cop yourself some gear. Other than that, we'll catch you next week. Peace. Peace. What are you laughing at now?
The Cuban cock pearls.